What's good? What's good, y'all? We here. We in the building, man. It's DSA above the rim, and we back. Now, as I said, man, my voice is a little gone, so bear with me, y'all, man. But as y'all know, it's Free Smoke Wednesday. You already know what it is, man. We in the building. Now, I got my man Pistons Talk in the building with me. What's good?
Ready to talk some basketball with you guys. Break down the preseason game. Win over the Knicks on Friday or whatever that was. I don't even remember, man. I don't even know what date it is. Honestly, I'm so damn
bro,
tired.
I've been waiting. It's been feel like forever to get to this next basketball game, man. Yeah. Made me wish, I don't wish I was a fan of more teams. It's just like I don't care about none of the games played today or yesterday. Like it just don't matter to me. So like I just wish I did. But we got Detroit Drew in the building. What's good?
I'm with you there, man. I don't know what day it is either, but I see Tankomania is running wild in the chat today. I see that James Harden and Luka's been eating donuts left and right. So I don't know what the hell is going on with the NBA, man. It's been a weird couple of days.
Man, everybody ain't work hard. Everybody ain't work hard in the offseason. But we gonna have some more people joining us in a second. While I get things situated, let me go shout out everybody in the chat. Let's see. We got Kyle Webb. What up, though? We got Nick. We got Mario S. Washington. What's good? We got E-Dog. What's good? We got Rich. What's good? Steven Ibarra. What's good? Dre Barnes. What's good, Dre? We got Pistons Talk. Why you in my chat, bro? We got but he's spitting the facts right here. Be sure to like and drop a like on the video when you come in. See, Pistons Talk always supporting. We got King Lion in the building, Mr. Revs, Joey Kappas, Shad, Devin 99, Ryan Ballsman in the building, Nikki in the building, Aaron Hammond in the building. Y'all know how we do over here. What's good, everybody? And we're gonna have a good show today, man. Whew. But we gonna start it right here, man. We gonna kick it off right here. Thoughts on Killian Hayes' second NBA preseason game compared to the first, and he did say some things about the NBA game. But what's your thoughts on that? We're gonna start with you, Drew.
So I don't know where all this Killian hate's coming from, but when I did my recap, there was probably a good 10 to 15 people that were just dogging on Killian. He's not NBA ready, that we should be starting Derrick Rose. And I guess I just watched the game differently than what those people watched, because to me, Killian's only 19. Okay, he's not going to come in here and drop 30 points, 15 boards, and 20 assists. Like, that's not 2K. You're not going to do that as a rookie. So what I'm looking for him is he's playing phenomenal defense as a rookie day number one. J-Mo, I think you pointed out and showed everybody that I don't think he got scored on in that second half or whatever it was. Like, he was clamping people up, and he was doing a good job of moving the ball. The thing that I like about him is he's not afraid to put up that shot. He's doing that step back three. It's not going in. But with rookies, they do it once and it doesn't go in. And you would think with Blake Griffin and Derrick Rose and the team, like, that would discourage him. They would try to give them the ball more. He's not losing confidence in himself. He knows that's his game. He knows he can make that shot. So he's staying with it. He's staying active. And eventually, with shooters got to shoot, bro. At the end of the day, you got to put those shot ups, because if you don't, you miss every single shot you don't take. So I love his drive to get better. After the game, what did he shoot? 2 for 11. After the game, after everybody left, he was on the court shooting like it was warm-ups, putting the practice in and stuff. So as a rookie, he already knows what he's got to do to get better. So it's a night and day difference. I love this kid. He's going to be a phenomenal player for us. You just have to stay patient. The guy's only played 2 NBA preseason games. As J-Mo would say, no Killian slander will be tolerated.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't even talking about on the slander tip, but you can let them have it. Hey, man, I got even my own family members. I'm calling them crazy. I'm telling them, like, look, I'm going to bring it up, this disrespect that you was putting on Killian. You're going to be like, why did I ever even say that? But, no, the thing that I said about Killian, and if anybody says I'm wrong about this, I really, truly, find it for me, because I really want to see it. Killian Hayes didn't get scored on the entire game. Nobody scored a point on Killian Hayes. Maybe they might have got a shot off, but it didn't go in. I'm serious. I watched the whole game twice. Nobody scored on Killian Hayes, and I'm gonna tell you something. maybe I ain't been watching players close enough, but I don't know the last time that I ain't see a player get scored on. Preseason or regular, I don't care what it is. Like, everybody might, even the greatest defender, you can get one. That man was locking up everybody everywhere, shutting it down. And I think his defense is going to be a staple for him. And I said his defense and passing will be good, but I didn't think his defense might end up being more important to our team than his passing right now. Like, I'm really saying that this man, I think, and Westbrook is going to be the perfect test, but I think he's going to be doing very well against these point guards defensively his rookie year. But besides that, he was much more solid. And to me, it was the aggression, because I feel like the first game, because of all those turnovers, he lacked aggression throughout the game. He just wasn't being aggressive like that. But this other game, I mean, you would have thought this was like Killian team, and we was paying him $30 million the way he was taking shots. See, he took 5 shots in like the first 5 minutes of the first quarter. If that's not aggressive, I don't know what it is. Right, he just said it. Mr. Ray just said Killian 3 shots within the first 2-3 minutes. Right, that's exactly what I said. I just saw your comment. Yeah, he took 4 or 5 shots in like the first 5 minutes. They just didn't go in. You got to realize this boy just has to get his reps in. Those shots are gonna fall. This man is too good. Like, those shots are gonna fall. You don't even need all of them to fall. You just need a few more of them. And when I'm looking at the aggression he showed, his defense and his passing and the chemistry, it was there. So, but Pistons, so what's your thoughts on Killian's second game compared to his first?
Night and day. Like, first game, really nervous. I think he even said today that, I'm not in basketball shape. I haven't played basketball in a long time. I'm getting tired really easily, and that's to be expected. He hasn't played in a long time. Basically what you guys said, I couldn't have said it better myself. He's got to take those shots. I posted a video earlier. I know you were arguing with some of my followers earlier, JMO, about him being a poor shooter. The shot that he took, it wasn't a bad shot. I could get where some people saying he should have waited for Mason Plumlee because there were 2 screens on that shot. But, I want him to take those open 3 shots. I want him to take those shots because I know they will fall at the end of the day. And when you were talking about his defensive end, I probably watched the game 3 or 4 times. There was maybe one play. Someone got by him, but it wasn't even his defensive assignment. He was actually playing help side defense, and he did get scored on. I think it was Josh Jackson. He missed the defender. But other than that, like one-on-one, he did not get scored on. You're absolutely correct. I think how he's going to impact the game is going to be at the defensive end of the floor, and his offensive game will come from that eventually. I'm not really worried about it. I know some people were saying, Cole Anthony's doing better, Tyrese Halliburton's doing better, LaMelo Ball's doing better. At the end of the day, it's 2 preseason games.
Are they really though?
Well,
it's like, because doing better ain't the box score, bro. Like, y'all were looking at the box score. I watched every game Melo's played. Melo's been pretty good, but that much better than Killian by a small margin. But I expect him to be better. He was taken higher. But Halliburton, he had 11, 6, and 7, but he played 35 minutes. I'm like, well, damn. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. They're talking about Cole Anthony did have a solid game as well, but how was his defense? How was his playmaking? So, I don't understand what they're talking about, because Halliburton was supposed to be the best point guard defender in this class, and it's going to end up being Killian. And Anthony Edwards not doing it. He ain't doing much of nothing. So, I'm not overrating to none of this stuff. We got Chris Paul and Steph Curry playing like trash right now. We got Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown playing like trash right now. So
Edwards is just making some really dumbass quotes. It's entertaining as hell, man. But I mean,
dog, Anthony Edwards is he's turning into the football version of Quentin Williams, dog. Because Quentin Williams, I swear, before Quentin Williams got drafted, this man was a highlight reel, and it wasn't on the football field. Now, he was a highlight reel on the football field, but he was always saying something. This man sneezed on camera and said, "Bless me" to himself. He was in rare form. Quentin Williams, I feel like Anthony Edwards is on that Quentin Williams stuff. Danny, this is the one guy. Y'all know how high I was on him. Now, he is playing better than probably everybody. That's my opinion. But he's just shooting right now.
No one's talking about it either.
Yeah,
nobody's talking about that.
That's what team he played for. I keep trying to tell y'all. He played for my squad. My other squad, my boy, Westbrook. I try to tell y'all, bro. It's like, I'm playing with y'all. But no, Danny is balling. People tried to tell me Danny wasn't going to be good. And I was like, really? Remember what I said? I was like, okay, when the season started, come back to me. and I don't see y'all. Where y'all at? I know y'all in the chat, but whatever. We got my man Bravo in the building. What's good, Bravo?
Doing good. How about you guys? How was everybody doing?
Yeah. Yeah, no, Danny would have been the one person I would have been okay taking instead of Killian. So, because I didn't even think he's gonna fall that far. Remember, we were talking about it. None of us we like he's not gonna fall to us, no way. But we
thought he was going to the Bulls.
Yeah,
I thought we were gonna take him, and they didn't.
Yeah, is Westbrook playing tomorrow? I'm assuming he's playing tomorrow.
I could check it out.
I hope so.
Yeah, but Bravo, man. What's your thoughts on Killian's second game compared to his first one?
I like it. He's been like he hasn't really shot the ball well, but I think he will soon. And I'm saying soon. He will really shoot a lot better. And I do like his I love his defense. I love his passing game, and he's a nice playmaker we have already. He's already an upgrade over like a previous point guards we have. Even I mean he can defend. I think his defense is as good as Bruce Brown. People like really overvalued Bruce Brown defense. I think he's as good as Bruce Brown defender. It probably better maybe.
I don't better.
Yeah, so the only thing we haven't seen from him yet is how Killian defends one-on-one against lead guards like Kyrie or like maybe like those guys. Like these are Bruce Brown was defending very well against guys like he defended once against Trae Young very well, but we'll see if Killian can do it. You know, I think, but I think Trae Young also cooked him one game.
How about the
So I think it's all good. I think I'm happy to have Killian, and trust me, guys, he will be a lot better next year. And he's nice. He's 19, and remember when Sekou came in, he was 18. He's still 19. He's gonna turn 20 by the end of this year. And Sekou is a lot better this year. He will play better, I believe. But I think Sekou is not yet better. He's probably gonna be a lot better in a couple of years when he turned to 21 at the age of like maybe. Sadiq Bey or Bruce Brown. Whenever he turns 23,
better than what?
Whenever he turns 22, 23, he's probably like one of the best age. He can start really showing what he is. But I think this year Sekou is good, and I think Killian the same thing. And he will initially struggle in the NBA because of this, because he's not used to fast games like he has in Germany. But he will be a lot better in the future.
Bro, you tripping on Sekou right now? Disrespectful. He better than Grant, and you said it's gonna take till he 23.
No.
So really playing well?
What I meant to say.
That means
is a lot better this year, but he will be even better at 23. That's what I'm trying
at 23, then he gonna be that dude. Like he gonna be MVP vote.
Yeah.
But Darko was the GOAT though. Best album for I couldn't even finish the comment. Best album for our ROC.
You know, he was a kickboxer too. I don't know if he was better at kickboxing or basketball. I'm just leave it at that.
So Westbrook is expected to play. And so this is going to be a very interesting test for Killian. But to me, this isn't the right type of test for Killian because Westbrook is like a one of one. I mean, you can try to compare John Wall to him, but it's literally no other point guard in probably the history of the league like Westbrook. Let alone today's league. You're not gonna go get another PG like Westbrook. John Wall, maybe. That's it. Like, you're not going against no PG. So to me, like, I can't even take this that serious because I gotta see him against some other type, like, guards like Kyrie. Kemba Walker's out. So when he comes back, Kemba Walker, Steph Curry, Trae Young, like, what are you gonna do against those guys? Because Westbrook is like, it's gonna be weird, but I think it's very, very interesting. We're gonna move on to the next question, man. Pistons talk about to have some problems, but okay. Now this is an interesting question because I'm sorry, I'm not overreacting to the last game because I know if Sekou had the opportunity, he could be consistent, but here we go. Will Sekou be the third or second best player on this team this year? Oh yeah. I'm about to. We doing hot takes right now. Let's go. I think he about to be on the rise, and it's gonna be get real bad for Jeremy Grant. And I don't think Jeremy Grant gonna be able to do nothing about it. But that's just me. But all right. Detroit Drew, man, what's your thoughts on this?
Well, are we just assuming Blake's gonna be the first best?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And I said third because I guess D Rose, but you know.
Well, here's my thing about what we've seen so far through 2 preseason games, which I don't know how much we want to look into this or stuff because people are kind of debating it right now. But I think it's going to go Blake, Derrick Rose, and Killian as the top 3. I really don't think there's going to be much debate about that. Killian's going to get more opportunities than Sekou. But from what I've seen from Sekou last night, he needs to do this tomorrow. He did a phenomenal job of cutting to the basket because they're not running plays for him. They're not trying to say, hey, Sekou, go get us a bucket. What he did the other night was all him. He made himself available for Derrick Rose, for Josh Jackson on backdoor cuts. I don't know what the hell the Knicks were doing. They just weren't paying attention. Like after he hooked it on to me 2 or 3 times, I was like, hey, don't double off.
If you watched the previous game though,
yeah,
he was doing the same thing in the first game. He just didn't get out there. And he obviously didn't have as much opportunity. So Derrick Rose was out there not really running the team well.
You know who our coach is, though. And like Pistons Talk said in a group chat, that's Casey's downfall is his rotation. Sekou is just pure athleticism, pure raw talent, stuff you cannot teach. For him to do stuff like this, you have to throw him out there. But again, he's only 19 as well, right? He's gonna be 20.
Yeah, I say he might be 20 in like a week or something, right?
Whatever it is, he's still young. You know, it's only his second year. You have to give him minutes to get opportunities. I'm really concerned that since we went out and paid Grant, that we're going to have to play him because we're paying him. I don't like that. I want to play whoever's playing better. And it's only been 2 preseason games, so I don't even know how hard everyone's trying to play. But Grant really hasn't shown me much, unlike Sekou has. So it's really going to depend on how much Casey throws him out there. And I think that if they throw him out there with Killian's going to give him looks. Killian's going to look to get him involved. Look at Killian and Blake already. They have great chemistry already. Blake's doing a good job of finding Killian in the corner and vice versa. Killian knows where Sekou wants the ball. Killian has done a phenomenal job this year already of finding his teammates in open spots where they want the ball. And that's really important. That's something we don't really talk about in basketball. You talk about it in football a lot. When a quarterback hits the receiver right where it needs to be, that's what Killian's doing. For Sekou to do well, you have to do the same thing for him. And you can see it. Like, he was active defensively the other game, too. He got that one steal, push in transition, give to Derrick Rose, and they almost blew the alley-oop. But that's what you need to do for him. You got to reward him for when he gets a big steal and pushes it in transition. So he has opportunity to do so. Just with Casey, I just don't think he's going to get the minutes enough to be the second or the third best. But he could be the fourth, no question about it.
The answer to this question is yes. Man, you guys are so short-sighted sometimes. Y'all don't see the light. Y'all don't see the vision. Y'all don't see that Blake Griffin isn't going to even finish the season on this team.
Well, that's
the answer is yes. The answer is definitely yes. What's going to happen is I think Killian is going to be playing well. But I'm telling you, Sekou's about to mess up all their plans. And you about to see, because he's gonna be doing what we did last night more often than not scoring 23 necessarily, maybe 16 or something. But what I'm seeing is like I said, I don't think Jeremy Grant is gonna be able to do anything about it. There have been times where you have a young guy and you have another guy that you pay, and that guy ends up on the bench because the young guy is just that good. And I think that's what Sekou is gonna do. Sekou right now, outside of Derrick Rose and Blake Griffin, is the third best natural scorer on this team. So therefore, I think that's what he's going to be, the third scorer on this team. I know people think that's crazy. Okay, y'all always call me crazy, and it always happens. But it's going to, I think, and then when you add into the fact that I think Blake Griffin is going to have a breakout year and he won't finish the season, I definitely think this is something that's going to be possible. You got to remember, Sekou will get minutes. He's just going to play himself into the rotation. For all we know, he'll be at the 2 guard just because he got to be on the court, because Dwayne Casey wanted to get a 2 guard to anybody. He like, you play 2 guard, you play 2 guard, no, you play 2 guard. I definitely think he could be the third option that is scoring, man, and he's gonna be closing some games. A lot of people expectations are low for Sekou. They think he's raw, and they're not expecting much. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. All I'm gonna say is okay. All right, Pistons talk, man. What's your thoughts on this?
I actually don't think you're too far off on that, to be honest with you. I think if you look at Derrick Rose and Blake Griffin, that's obviously your 1 to 2. But if we're just talking about potential and, the it factor, Sekou has to be your third option. I mean, Killian Hayes, I know we drafted him with the first draft pick, but he's going to be a project to me. I think he's going to take probably a full year until he can just kind of, put consistent stats up. Like, he's going to have some really good games. He's going to have some probably really bad games. He's a rookie. I expect that out of him. I think for Sekou to be like that third guy, he's going to have to be as active as he was in that preseason game. You're going to have to make those backdoor cuts. You can stand in the corner, but if you see an opening and your defender is sagging off, I want you to really cut hard. And if there's like an opening, just, try to do that. I know a lot of us got really pissed off that he was getting the Stanley Johnson treatment, to stand in the corner and, shoot open threes. He doesn't have to do that. It depends on what the play is. If there's an isolation, obviously you're just going to let Derrick Rose score whoever's out there. But I think for him to be that third guy like you want him to be, you got to be aggressive 100% of the time.
Yeah, well, young players like Sekou, though, it's like when they make that first jumper, they get way more confident. And I loved how he started the game off. He started the game off at the top of the key in the ISO. He sized the dude up, went right to the rim, and he scored on him. And I know some people might be wondering why I feel like I'm on a knee-jerk reaction. Let me tell you something. Go listen to George Blaha and Gregory Kelser when they interview Sekou, and listen what they're saying. Mm-hmm. These are guys that definitely know basketball a little bit more than us, and they think Sekou is about to have a huge contribution. And you have to listen to what Sekou is saying about what he's learned in the game. So the way that our offense is set up, Sekou is going to be on the wing, and if you ever turn your head around, he's automatically cutting to the basket.
Yep.
And that can happen. He said that in his interview. If they turn their head around, I'm gone. And I think that's something he's going to be able to consistently do all year. And then it's going to get to a point where they start coming up on those 3-pointers just so he can't cut. And then he's going to be able to start to get to the lane more and draw fouls. Because to me, he was getting fouled. And one thing about Sekou that he had even his last season is just his motor was low, was just hustle and toughness. And off of hustle and toughness alone, he's going to get you 4 points just to add on to his score. So I'm feeling if he's out there, he's just going to be able to do this because you can't stop him from doing it. Like, that's just the way, like, as long as he has the mind up here, you cannot stop. He's a natural scorer. Done heard it from Craig Sword. We done heard it from Tradeon Hollins. He's a natural scorer. He's always been this way. You can tell he already has more natural scoring tools than Jeremy Grant does.
Well, one of the things that I like that I've seen what he did the last game is they involved him in the pick game. Rather if it was a pick and roll and pick and pop, that creates matchups when you got guards like Derrick Rose who are so explosive and so quick, or even with Killian, you can even use DeLon Wright in the situation since he's out there all the time now. They were putting smaller guys on Sekou, and those were the times he was shooting the three when he had the size advantage. And when he had a slower guy on him, that's where he got all the dunks and stuff from. So, like, he's also to learn how to attack and stuff.
In transition, the one play where like Sekou like grabbed it out the dude's hand and got the and one. Yep. If you saw on that play, Saban Lee and all the point guards, they got to a point where they were just trying to set Sekou up. Yep. See, the moment they see you get going, and like Saban Lee just tried to do it a little bit too quickly, so it was a turnover. But they were just trying to start to set Sekou up because they like this dude can score. Like you're not like I'm saying, look, he ain't perfect, got a lot to work on. But as long as Sekou keep it up here, you're not gonna stop him scoring from 15 just off of talent. And that's why I think he could be that. But Brian Shook says, we will call you 24/8 J-Mo because first I thought you were crazy, but you explained it well enough that I will buy it. Yeah, and the thing is, this isn't just about now. The Blake Griffin might not be on this team thing is, I think, a very serious thing because I do think we're going to be competitive. The East is deep, but we're going to be competitive the first half of the season. But bravo, man. What's your thoughts on this?
It's a good point, a good take, good question. I think Sekou has really great potential. The only problem I'm seeing, and I still believe it, Casey and Troy Weaver, they might not give him the chance yet. We saw that in game 1. We did not see that in game 2, but I expect those people to not really give him the chance as as he got in game 2. If he can get 10 to 15 minutes a game or 20, that's amazing. But I don't know if he's going to get it. They haven't really decided yet. I feel like they just don't know what they're doing. They're still experimenting. But I do see Sekou as a potential third scorer for this team. Definitely. I think the number 1 is probably Blake DeRose. Number 2 is Killian. I think Killian is probably number 2. But once he start putting that ball in the basket, you guys will realize he's the number 2 option after Blake or after DeRose whenever he comes in. Sekou is a potential third scorer because I say that because it might be him or Bay. One of those 2 guys might come in. And Jeremy Grant is not. I see I see him as starting, but I don't know if he's gonna transform to the player. Like, I don't know if he's gonna meet all-star potentials in this team. He might be close, but we'll find out. I do believe in Jeremy Grant defense, but I don't know if he can really score. He's not that great offensively. That's my concern. Sekou is has a lot of potentials, but again, it's all about the opportunity. It's all about how much these people give him the chance. And I do feel like I saw him a lot yesterday in the last game, and I was so happy for him. I was cheering for him. But I know these guys are not really looking at him from this perspective. They might, Sekou's good this game. Keep him playing. Next game, Sekou's not good. He can't even airball. Take him out of the game. This is what they do. I know. This is how I feel.
So my thing is, I think Pistons Talk was right about something. I was very, very upset about that first game. I was livid, only because he was playing well. Now, if he wasn't playing well, I might have been but like he put up like he put up these numbers, but he put up a solid number that you would expect for him to do in his first game. And he was like, basically, to long story short, I need to see more from Sekou. Like, I need to see him cutting to the basket more and doing things like that. So maybe the first game he was just trying to get his rhythm, and Dwayne Casey didn't give him enough time to find it. But I think I'm just looking at the interview and his response to Blaha and Kelser, and the way he said, I looked at my game, I looked at what I do well. And when he said that, I was like, okay, so you know your abilities are better than we do. And this is the thing. What did we see all offseason with Sekou? We saw this man training, like, what did I say? He was training like we was ridiculing him and calling him trash all offseason. I was like, he was training like he had something to prove. And I was kind of like, Sekou, what do you have to prove? Why are you training as if your job on the line or something? And it's a hunger to be great. That's all I can say. Because that man, like, it was a few players that was training hard this offseason, and he was one of them. And like we just saw him putting on the moves. We saw the added skill. We saw somebody said something about a piston with no motor won't cut it. And you was right. Sekou motor was a little bit lower, but we saw him working out. His motor is now he's in shape with his body, and we saw all of these things. So if I see that, and then he goes on the basketball court and shows that he has it up here, because yes, he has it up here because with the young players, it's all intelligence, IQ in order to succeed while you're young. And I think he has it, and he knows what he's doing. When it comes to Killian Hayes, I think he'll be averaging like 12 points early on, and it'll move up to like 14, his rookie year. But he's definitely way more NBA ready than Sekou. But Sekou is more NBA ready now because he's had another year. You see what I'm saying? But when they both were a rookie, Killian's way ahead of the card. He can start right now. I wouldn't have started Sekou the first week. I might have put him a month in the G League at least, But like, so he'll be able to adapt, but it's just some things he's going to have to get used to. That's why I don't think his scoring is going to be there early on. But then you're going to have, like I said, Sekou is going to probably, him and Derrick Rose going to be the leading scorers on the bench. And it's going to get to a point where Jeremy Grant, bro, like either we going to move Jeremy Grant to the 2, he has 6'9" 2 guard, or we giving him a Giannis. I don't know.
You know what you could do, though? If you get rid of Blake, put Jeremy Grant in his natural position at the 4 and put Sekou at the 3.
His natural position, right?
Yeah.
Because Jeremy Grant is a natural 4. He's always been that way. And we've been arguing about this for a long time. Sekou is a natural 3, but he can play 4 as well.
I don't think you can work Sekou and Jeremy Grant together. I mean, I
don't disagree.
I don't know. They can defend, but I don't think they can shoot well together.
That's what I'm saying. Like, but you don't have them in the lineup to shoot. They're not the shooters in the lineup. But like I said, for defense and stuff, they'll play great off of each other.
You need switchable 3s and 4s in the NBA, Bravo. That's just how the NBA is adapted.
I know, but I'm not worried about I'm not worried about the defense. Defense will be great actually with both on the court. But the problem is, how are you gonna really play offense? They're both. Jeremy Grant doesn't know how to. You think he's all-star? He's not an all-star. Let's face it. I mean, I don't know if he's like the guy. He's not the dude.
At the end of the day,
just trying to work right now. So Sekou is just rising in.
So how much shooting did Boston have in their starting lineup? Not much, but they were still able to do something. So you don't always have to be a Steve McKayla or a Luke Kennard to be able to be productive in the lineup. Like, you don't always have to have shooters. It's trade-off sometimes. You gonna give me 2 3-and-D wings that can shoot 36%? I'm taking it.
JMO, you said the very nice thing right now. You compared Sekou and Grant to the players in Boston, which I can
compare them to those players. I was just comparing them to how they were. Yes. They're not necessarily shooters.
Yes, I can see your point, but the point is, we know this is not going to happen. Casey and Troy, they don't think they have the same plan. This is how I feel like. I feel like they want to play him off the bench, or they want to take off this and play this. We saw them one game. I'm not sure if they're going to be really good at the meantime together on the court. Probably one of them, and the other one is off the bench. This is how I look like it, but it all depends on how these leaders in our team believe in Sekou as like a starter. I don't know if they believe in him.
I'll tell you, I hope so. This is how I feel. We gonna get to my man Sekou got next in the building. I feel like they don't know what to expect from Sekou. Like, you could be uber positive about him like me and just give him minutes, but they're like, he's really talented. We just gonna play him off the bench because we don't know what he can be. Or maybe I'm just trying to shoot them a little bit because I already knew what he could be. And so maybe when they see, like I'm telling you, Troy Weaver smart. Sekou do this like 5 times in like the first 15 games. Like, I'm telling you, it's a ratchet. Like, it's gonna be a problem for Jeremy. Like, seriously. So maybe they just haven't seen enough yet. And maybe that's what Sekou is gonna show them this year to get that respect. But Sekou got next in the building. We was having this discussion, man. And the question is, will Sekou get a chance to be the 3rd or 2nd best player on this team like this whole year? The whole season. At some point in the season.
2nd or 3rd. I think 2nd is kind of a reach with Blake and D Rose there. If Blake gets traded, I could see him being in the top 3. But with Blake there, I think Blake is number 1. D Rose is number 2. If we're going productive-wise, there's a difference between talent-wise and productive-wise. My rankings, what I think will actually happen. But 3, I'm going to put Jeremy Grant, who's going to be productive, and then like 4, I'll put Sekou.
Let's see. Alex Strauss says Killian has showed the potential to have elite playmaking, which is the most valuable skill in the NBA. Can create scoring opportunities for himself. And I was, hey man, y'all know me. Y'all know I love the Killian type of point guard. Killian is chip off the old Alonzo Ball block. I'm being honest. And and I love him. So it's just like I love Zoe. And same thing with Zoe. He once he get that offensive game, this man gonna be a superstar. Y'all be killing me for saying that. Look how well he can pass. Look how well he can defend. If he can score even 22, he is superstar. Because there's not that many players that can do all 3.
And Killian could score 22 easily.
All 3. No, I definitely know he can. All 3. Defense, passing, offense. It's just the rarest thing in the NBA. That's why LeBron James is so good his entire career. You said what?
Don't forget about his rebounding, man. He's a good rebounder.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's why Giannis is so good. He got all 3. It's just so rare. You know what I'm saying? AD not a playmaker, but he can make a few passes. He got close to all 3. KD at his apex, all 3. So it's just very rare. And I think he's gonna be like that's why I said defensive playmaking. I'll take that any day because as my boy Zeke said, offense is the easiest thing to learn in the NBA. From my man Isaiah Thomas. Don't ever forget that, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we spent like 20 minutes on that question. Like, wow. Like, that was only the second topic, y'all. We already 34 minutes in. We can get this one out the way pretty quick. How many minutes should Sekou be playing per night? We gonna start with you, Sekou got next.
I'm gonna have to go with he's young, he's talented, he could I'm gonna go. I mean, he played 18 minutes in the last preseason game, and we all saw what he did. And we all saw what he did when that stretch when he first got started, when he got brought up. So I'm gonna go 20 to 25 minutes around that range.
Somebody says I'm a Heat fan. Sekou has star potential. He should be given more minutes. Can he be the next Giannis Siakam?
Yes.
He way better than Siakam. I'm sorry. I think he's gonna be very close to Giannis, and he can shoot way better. So we'll see. We'll see. Just like I said, if you develop Sekou right, he'll be a superstar. And I don't care about it. It's not even if any team got Sekou and they developed him right, he's just gonna pan out. Like long as health, stays up. It's just because I've been saying it. Y'all don't like it. He a basketball prodigy. You pick up a basketball at 13, 5 years later, you in the NBA. Stop.
Exactly.
He's a basketball prodigy. So
Yo,
yes.
what have I been saying at the end of every show?
2026. Like, that's about to happen. It's happening. I'm with you. I'm on the train now, man. Get that man. Like Giannis, it took him 6 years to win his first MVP.
It should tell you something that Sekou started playing basketball at 15 years old. And now he's in the NBA. 15.
Yeah, man. All right, Bravo. You there? How much minutes should Sekou be playing per night?
At least 20 minutes, 22 minutes. This is at least, in my opinion. But I don't really trust in Casey. I think he's going to give him 18 or 15 minutes because he's going to get fierce competition from Bay and from guys like, I don't know. I mean, Jeremy Grant is going to ask for more minutes, I'm sure. So he's going to ask for 35 minutes plus, I hope that he gets 20, 25 minutes because I think is the minimum recommended for him. And I really trust and say I believe in Sekou. But I don't really trust those people yet unless we see it literally in by our own eyes. That's what I'm waiting for. When not now, not in preseason. This preseason they give him 18 minutes the last game. Wait until the season starts. Let's see how many minutes they give him.
Hold on. I got to respond to it. He said it's been 2 games. Need to ease off the Grant hate.
Yep.
Let me tell you something. Russell Westbrook is my favorite player. I've watched Jeremy Grant his entire career. He has never been a good offensive player, ever. He averaged 12 points last year, 13.6 the year before. In order to become that good offensive player, you have to work on your game. And guess what? Jeremy Grant was just in the Western Conference Finals. I'm pretty sure he took 3 or 4 weeks off, and then the season was starting again. Because if you see him the first 2 preseason games, he looks like the same level of offensive player he just was. He only had like a month off season. He didn't have a chance to work on those offensive skills. Jeremy Grant would be much better offensively next season, but this year he's going to be close to what he was, which is around 14, 15 points a game. It ain't Grant hate. It's just Sekou's a better natural scorer than Jeremy Grant right now, and it's easy to tell because that's just how it is. Sekou can shoot 36%. I think he's gonna shoot 36% this year. All right, Drew, man, how many minutes does Sekou be getting?
He should be in the 20 to 25 range. I agree there. If we do trade Blake Griffin, then you're going to see him start at power forward with Grant there at the 3. He'll be getting 30 minutes plus. Right now, why he's going to be in the 20 to 25 minutes, like a lot of people said, is Blake Griffin still here. He's going to be playing somewhere near 30 minutes, depending on how healthy he can stay, if not more than that. I don't want to play Blake more than that because of his injury issues. I think 30 minutes should be the mark for Blake. I don't really know how much we're going to play Grant yet. The guy is a good defender, and he is a hustler too. So I would imagine he's going to be at the 28-minute mark, somewhere around there. Sekou should be the primary backup for whoever comes out first. And then I see a lot of people saying Bay is going to be competition with Sekou as well. I don't think so because they play different styles of games. He's a 3-and-D type player. So I think that they can work out there together. So you might see Blake and Grant come out and then insert Sekou and Bay or something along those lines. So for now, Sekou will be at the 20-25 minute mark. And then if we do trade Blake at the deadline, he'll be up 30 plus.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt, but
all right. We got 90 people in the chat, only 37 likes. What is y'all doing to me, man? Can we at least get it to 50, man? Come on, man. Get those likes up in the building, man. What was you about to say?
I honestly think the goal of this entire season is just to get some value for Blake and trade him at the deadline, because I know Troy is a smart man, and I honestly think we're just going to develop Sekou on the bench behind Blake right now, learn from his leadership, and then trade him at the deadline and give the minutes to Sekou. But that's a dream scenario.
Well, I
All right,
seen
what's your
someone in
thoughts
the
on
comments. I don't remember who it was. It was earlier. Said that since Giannis resigned with Milwaukee, he thinks that increased Blake's trade value, which might be true now too. Because a lot of teams are about to go all in on Giannis if he was not about to be happy in Milwaukee. Now that he's on that big contract, he's got that trade percentage, whatever that's called, where if you trade him, it costs money to trade him or whatever it is. Something like Matthew Stafford got in his contract right now.
Yeah, I think Blade has a trade kicker in his contract as well.
So
yeah,
he's not going anywhere. So that could be good for us too.
if you're a partner, if you're the owner of the Pistons and DSA were your partners in the Pistons, who's the guy choice for head coach? If now, look, I'm gonna put it like this. I'm firing all y'all if y'all don't agree with me on this. I'm sorry, dictatorship. Mark Jackson, the head coach for the Pistons.
See, I'm safe. I was going to say that too. So I'm standing
Right.
another staff.
Okay, we smooth then. Yeah, Mark Jackson is the head coach. Like that's where I'm going right off the bat. I'm gonna give him time, everything. Oh, I would love, man. Just thinking about Mark Jackson. But you asked earlier, I think, who I want to replace Dwayne Casey. I would love Nate McMillan here. That man do more with less. He'll have us in the playoffs with trash teams and Pistons fans to be upset because we can't get draft picks. So that's just how it is. But Pistons talk, man. How many minutes for safety?
Since Dwayne Casey's the coach, 15 to 20 minutes.
If it's 15, y'all gonna see me spazzing on here a lot.
I just know how he is. He's just so he rewards veterans more than he rewards younger players, which I understand. I know we're probably looking too far into the preseason, but I mean, when you're giving Wayne Ellington and Ronnie Magruder minutes over younger guys, and it's supposed to be a restoring because they don't like that rebuild word, they'll call it restoring, but I just don't get it.
Because you can't call it a rebuild with Blake on the team.
Yeah,
I know.
So that's the only reason. That's the only reason why they call it a whatever. They can't call it a rebuild. They just call it whatever. But
I don't know. It's just
look, you already know. I said 25 minutes a night.
Mm-hmm.
I told you I want to play at 30, but ain't no way that'll happen. And y'all might be like 30. I'm like, yeah, that's just me. I just believe in giving young players minutes so they can grow because I just saw other teams. I see all these other teams do it, and their players are better than ours, and we wonder why. But I put it like this. I think Bravo said like 18. I think he probably gonna start off at 18, and it's gonna move up with how well he plays. Mm-hmm. I think Casey's gonna have to get into a point where he's just gonna have to play the kid because he's gonna be too good. Like if Sekou is coming off the bench, even averaging 14, that warrants more minutes. You probably like if he put up 14 and 18 minutes or something like that. I think that's very possible. Like it's gonna get to a point where, like I said, him and D Rose is gonna be averaging 18 and like 15. I really think that can be possible, and I don't think Saddiq Bey or Svi is gonna really mess with his minutes like that because we gotta see Sekou do this again. So I hope he continue to do it. But at this point, Svi or Saddiq Bey can't take over a game like that. Not like what Sekou did. Not even in a preseason game. So. At this point, that's why I think that's why he'll be kept as a scorer. But all right, we're going to move on to the next topic, man. We got 81 people in the chat. Make sure you guys get some likes on that video, man. He should get plenty of minutes this year. I'm very excited to watch him tomorrow. I know everybody excited, and I know Washington is watching all of his tape. He going to be facing a lot of double teams. Watch, but that's what I want to see him be able to adapt. But see, I really want to see Killian, I see. He just said, I want to see Killian the most tomorrow because I need him to score so the haters should shut up. All right, Dwayne Casey basically said the shooting guard spot will be open all season. What are your thoughts on your whole take on that? Because he basically just saying, yeah, crap shoot the entire season. We gonna start with you, Drew.
So I don't really know what to expect out of this one because I want Mihailuk starting. I think he brings the most to the table. In terms when Blake's out there, I've always said this that we need shooting out there for when we post on Blake because Blake draws a lot of double teams and Blake's a very good passer. Look at the rest of the starters. Killian can shoot. I know he struggled a little bit already, but he's going to be a good shooter. Mihailuk's the best 3-point shooter we have on the team. He shot 40% last year. Even Jeremy Grant, he shot 39% last year. That's really good. Plus Okafor, he's improved his 3-point shooting. We haven't really seen it a lot here in the preseason, but I think Mihailuk needs to be starting. I know Dwayne Casey wants another playmaker out there in case Killian's not cutting it right now, but that's why you have Derrick Rose on this team. If Killian's not cutting it, you just put in Derrick Rose and he'll take over. You know, he'll handle the ship. You know, he's done it for years. He's the youngest MVP in the NBA. So when you have a guy like that on your team, you don't have to have another primary ball handler / playmaker.
Not to mention you have Blake Griffin on this team, who's what? He a top 3 passing big man in the league, right?
Exactly. So, you know, I can see it switching up on matchups, you know, like we play Bradley Beal tomorrow night. Would not be surprised if Josh Jackson started tomorrow night for his defense. Would not be surprised. I'm cool with that because Mihailuk has played really well with that second unit. He gets a lot more opportunities and a lot more looks that way. So maybe that's what he's talking about. I really hope Wright's not starting the entire season. I'm not bad. I like Wright. I'm not bashing him, but we have better options at the 2-guard spot than him to be starting. So I'm perfectly fine with switching Mihailuk and Josh Jackson out if you want defense versus offense. 100% cool with that. I do not like Wright starting. He'd be fine as a 3rd point guard, backup shooting guard, whatever you need him to do there. He should not be starting for us right now. That's pretty much my take on it. But I think Mihailuk has earned the opportunity to start at 2-guard.
Hold on. Rose, Hayes, Grant, Griffin, Sekou lined up would be fire. A.
Yeah.
Depending on the team that we're facing, that should be the closing lineup in every single game, unless that team has a star center that has to be defended by somebody. That should be the closing lineup every game. Every game. Like, straight up. That's the lineup. Because to me, those are the 5 best players on the team. Literally. Those are the 5 best players on the team right there, folks. Derrick Rose, Killian Hayes, Jeremy Grant, Blake Griffin, and Sekou. Those are the 5 best players. They should close every single game unless the center is a problem.
And now, that lineup, though, you're talking about guarding the center. I think, you know, Sekou and Grant can help Blake out guard that center, double team him. Because
no, definitely. But if the center is like Embiid and he having a good night, they ain't gonna be able to do nothing.
Well, that's really it, though. You got Embiid, you got the Joker, and you got Anthony Davis that you really have to worry about. Where that one
got the Greek Freak, but Sekou can guard the Greek Freak. Well, I think
actually doesn't guard the Greek Freak though. And
yeah, I don't want him guarding the Greek Freak because the Greek Freak gonna dunk on him. Like
Greek Freak's gonna dunk on whoever's guarding him, bro. It ain't gonna matter.
Yeah, I know. I don't want that to be Sekou. You see what he did to Blake, bro? Like Blake was so upset about that, though. You can see he was just like, "You little mother." He like, "I wish I could hot fly on you right now." You can see Blake was like, "You lucky I don't got my knees, boy, because I would dunk on you." But I'm gonna take this next question. I think it should be Josh Jackson. He showed me like the first game he played pretty bad in my opinion. Had a lot of turnovers and a lot of fouls. The second game he still had a lot of fouls, but they're calling Josh Jackson for these ticky-tack fouls that are like not really fouls. Like just the ticky-tack stupid stuff. And you know, when you aren't a marquee player, they're gonna call those weak fouls on you. Especially when you're a very aggressive defender like Josh Jackson is. And then it makes it look like you're fouling it out where you're not. You're just being extremely aggressive, but you're not Marcus Smart, so they ain't gonna give you that leeway. Like Marcus Smart coming into the league, he could not guard people as aggressively as he could now. Even if he guarded them as aggressive back then, it was still the same level of defense. So I think Josh Jackson's ability to shoot that corner 3, like if he can shoot that corner 3 consistently, he definitely need to be starting. Mainly because out of all of the 2 guards, now I like Speed. I wouldn't have a problem with him starting. I like Saddiq Bey, but it seems like even though Jackson has played small forward over the years, he seems like the most natural type of 2. I feel like, you know, in the league for a few years, maybe he knows his role a little bit more. I feel like he knows how to play more as a 2 guard. To me, Speed and Saddiq Bey, no matter what, they won't play like two guards. They'll play as shooters at their heart, at their base, at their core. That's one thing about a guy like Luke Kennard or even like Tyler Hero or Duncan Robinson. Those guys can really play the two because they're kind of like they're two guards. You know, I know Hero plays the point too. But so I think it should be Josh Jackson, and then he provides that defense that you definitely need. Like our defense, like Josh Jackson and Killian Hayes in the backcourt defensively with Jeremy Grant, and then when Blake come to the bench, Sekou was coming out. Come on, like that's a great defensive team. So Sekou got next, man. What's your thoughts on this?
Just repeat the question again. Sorry.
Dwayne Casey basically said the shooting guard spot will be open all season.
Well, just to clarify, he said it will go continuing into the season. That doesn't mean it's going to be open all season. I think he's just going to figure out some stuff with a bunch of new players. I think he's going to take a look at Josh Jackson one night and take a look at DeLon Wright one night and take a look at Svi one night and do that for a little bit until eventually he finds the one he wants to start. It's not going to take him all season. I think probably 15 games down the line, we'll have a definite starter, and that could be Svi, it could be Josh Jackson, or it could be DeLon Wright. I have no idea who he's going to choose, but it's going to be one of those three. So
it might not be DeLon Wright.
Yeah, but it's just more competition for Svi and Josh and DeLon. So I think he's just trying to stir up some competition in practice and just make sure he gets the most out of Svi and Josh. So yeah,
I'm sorry, I saw this camera. I had to laugh. I had to laugh. He gonna lead our team in points per game. Okay, good luck with that.
I don't know about that.
Wow. Hey man, no speed Sander will be tolerated. We got some speed fans in here. Shout out to Speed, boy. They think you about to lead us in scoring, boy. I hope you do. That can be you the next Luka.
Bro, I mean, he might be pretty damn close because once he activates that takeover, Svi ain't missing. But yeah, so I don't really have a problem with what he said at all. I mean, he's just creating some competition in practice and, seeing what Josh Jackson and Svi Mikhailuk and DeLon Wright could do. He's just giving a chance to all three. So I like what he said.
All right, Pistons talk, man. What's your thoughts about what Dwayne Casey was talking about, man?
Typical Casey BS, honestly. Just give me a straight answer, man. Like he just teases. He's like, yeah, he's like, I might play him, I might not. It's like we all know you're gonna play DeLon, right? Quit kidding around.
No, we don't know it. I know. I have no doubt in my mind he's gonna be playing the whole time.
I have no problems with DeLon Wright, but I don't feel shooting guard is his natural position. I think he thrives more in a point guard position.
Right.
That's my thing.
But isn't that what we kind of thought he was going to do, though? We thought he's going to be that third point guard.
He was going to be like an insurance policy in case Killian or Derrick Rose gets hurt. But Saben Lee is forcing their hand because Saben Lee, no one is talking about how good Saben Lee actually looks. We thought he was going to be a project player.
He looks great. No, I told you, remember, I said he's going to be our backup point guard of the future.
But he looks so comfortable and so ready. That could be a big reason why we let go of three players, including Lewis King. He could have forced the Detroit Pistons' hand. I know they have to, decrease the roster. There's talks about them, having 15 dress players instead of 13 dress players. I don't know if that goes through, but I don't know, man. Like, it's probably going to be DeLon Wright because Svi Mikhailuk can't defend to save his life. He can shoot, but he can't defend. DeLon Wright can defend and play make. So it's probably going to be DeLon Wright at the end of the day. Maybe some Wayne Ellington if you need some three-point shooting out there. I really don't know what to think of it because it's just like a Casey quote. You can dissect it all you want, but you have no idea what the hell he's talking about.
This comment is funny. The shooting guard position should be open until somebody's taking and claim it. I want to see Westbrook go at Killian hard to the point where he literally embarrasses him. Dang, bro. You don't have to want to see that. Westbrook trying to murder everybody. He keep that same energy with everybody he trying to murder them. So, and I mean murder on the basketball court, nowhere else in any shape or form. I'll definitely play those jokes, man. I've been through too much. But that right there is hilarious. But no, trust me, Westbrook, man, he don't even know Killian exists. I'm just about to murder this dude. Trust me. Bravo. Did you answer this question already?
No.
All right, go ahead, man.
So I think it's gonna be probably. We know Casey. Hey, we know how things go. So he's gonna go with DeLon Wright, number 1. Wayne Ellington, number 2. This guy loves Wayne Ellington.
I forgot
I'm
about
telling
Wayne
you.
Ellington, dog.
This
Oh
is what
my
happens.
gosh.
I just hate it. He played in 15 minutes last game, and the first game too. What the hell? What are these doing? I feel like it's gonna be Wayne Ellington. Are really gonna be getting consistent minutes. Sounds like it. I hate to say it, but it is like it. And I do like Svi Mihailuk. I would love to get him there, but I think his problem is defense. And if he's going to play with Killian, he might be a liability on defense if he plays with Killian. So I do feel like it's going to be DeLon Wright. There's no other option right now as DeLon Wright. Number 2, maybe it's a toss-up between Svi Mihailuk and I hate to say it, Wayne Ellington. You guys hate it, but it's Wayne
Ellington probably gonna come and steal some minutes just because he Wayne Ellington. Ugh, man, that doesn't make me feel good about nothing. But we got 90 people in the chat, only 53 likes. Come on, man. Wait, he deleted his comment.
What happened?
No, he said no. Sports Today was like, I think he was like, Westbrook only care about stats or something. And then I said they win when he get those stats. And then Devin 99 said, dang, J-Mo got him deleting comments. Bro, the facts are when Westbrook has a triple-double, he wins 85% of the time. So they don't lose. So that's just the facts. Whether y'all can hate on them or y'all won't. But if stat pad means wins, then that means you're winning. But that y'all already know, man. He said Westbrook slander. Hey, what's good, man? I'm here for it. All Westbrook slander will be tolerated tomorrow, and that's it. Because he the enemy. But after tomorrow, it will not be tolerated. And guess what? Today ain't tomorrow. So it ain't tolerated today. But tomorrow, all Westbrook slander is tolerated. Y'all already know. Murder him. Embarrass him. But right now, no. After tomorrow on Friday, no. But tomorrow at 7, yes, chill on him.
What about the next time we play him?
All slander will be tolerated.
As we play him twice. So if I go on
all slander is tolerated on Saturday, right? So no tolerated on Friday. I think we play them on Saturday, right? So then you go back in on them on Saturday. Then after that, no more slander. So it's all good. But when he the enemy, man, I'm about dubs. So I don't care who you is. Now I want to win, bro. I'm about dubs. Kobe Bryant, my favorite player ever, and I wanted the Pistons to crush them, and they did, and I was happy about it. I'm just saying. That's just how we go, man. But all right, y'all, we're gonna move on to the next topic, man. All right, Pistons. So we're gonna start with you, man. What do you want to see from the Pistons versus the Washington Wizards tomorrow?
I want to see if they can play man-to-man defense. And if they can't, I guess we'll see more zone. I want to see Killian Hayes run more pick and rolls with Blake Griffin. I want to see him take those open shots. I want to see Sekou Doumbouya play 25-plus minutes in that game because they're forwards. Then you have Dia and Bertans. Sekou's going to have a field day with both of those guys. Like, straight up. Like, I don't think Bertans can guard.
He's going to be on the free throw line.
I don't think Bertans can guard Sekou one-on-one. He's undeniable shooter. Like he's probably one of my favorite shooters out there for fantasy. If you guys need some help, get Bertans. But I mean, straight up, like Sekou's gonna have a field day with those guys.
Brad Beer says J-Mo look like a young Urkel, man. I don't wear glasses though. So come on, man. I don't got the glasses, bro. Urkel don't got swag like this anyway. All right, Sekou got next, man. See, y'all know, man. I'm all for the free smoke, man. I can have fun with it, bro. What's your thoughts? What do you want to see from the Pistons versus Washington?
What I want to see is Sekou Doumbouya play. I also want to see Killian taking all the shots. I want to see him taking 10 shots. If he misses them all again, I mean, not again, but if he misses all 10 of his shots, then he misses all 10 of his shots. I would like to see him shoot it. I want to see Blake, keep doing what he's been doing. I really like how he's been playing, playmaking, and you could really see a real chemistry between him and Killian. So that's really a fun thing to see. And I would probably also say, I might be a loner here, but I enjoyed the zone defense we played against the Knicks. I liked the traps we were putting on. It was very high intensity, high energy, and I really liked it. Against certain teams, it works. Against certain teams, it doesn't. That's a coaching thing, and it worked against the Knicks, but maybe it doesn't work against the Wizards. So we don't know, but I did like the zone defense. It was really fun to watch. Just how high energy it was. The traps were working. Teams were getting confused by it, and I want to see Sekou, keep cutting because his intelligence and his high IQ is just going to keep improving by the minute. So, yeah, that's probably the main takeaways I want to see tomorrow.
Okay, we got 92 people in the chat. Make sure you guys like the video. We got Stevie Notbar. I predict that Killian will get a triple-double on Westbrook, a.k.a. Head Case Brick, a.k.a. Westbrook. I'm going to tell y'all something. If Killian Hayes get a triple-double on Westbrook, y'all don't even watch the show. Just watch it after I go live because that's how crazy I'm going to be going. Y'all go see me in a whole rare form. I'm going to say every hot take. I'm going to call him the GOAT. I'm going to do it all. Let that man drop a triple-double right this early in his career. Oh, it's a wrap. Hey, maybe not. I'll tell you, go want to tune in for that show. You think I've been in rare form before? Come on, man. Brian Schick says he want to see if they can force the first miss in Danny Avdia's career. Don't worry, when Sekou get on him, that'll be it. Put Jeremy Grant on him. Put Killian Hayes on him on the switch. Put Josh Jackson. Hey, we got some defenders. Put Josh Jackson on him. How many times could I say that many defenders? But all right, Drew. What do you want to see from the Pistons versus the Washington Wizards?
I think everyone's hit on the head so far is defense. We haven't seen Westbrook and Beal play together yet. I don't think Beal's played at all either. So that's going to be interesting to see if Beal's going to be playing. But like Pistons Talk just showed us is that Westbrook will be starting. But I'm very interested to see how Roy Hachimura and Denny's stats go down because they were their primary options without Beal or Westbrook here. Either way, it's a lot of scoring, and you have to be like perfect on defense. So it's gonna be like a really first test of the season, even though it's a preseason game. That's why I think we need to start Josh Jackson this game, is just that way we can switch. And if you want to throw Sekou out there, this might be our opportunity to play small ball because to guard this team, you have to switch, and that's really going to be the name of the game. So I want to see how smart defensively we're going to attack this. Like you guys said, if the man-to-man don't work, the zone we've been running has been pretty good. So I think we've done a good job of forcing turnovers. And when you play Westbrook does get a little pass happy and tries to force some tough passes in there. So we have an opportunity here to get a lot of points off of turnovers and run in transition. So I think defense is the name of the game with this one. And then I want to see, like you guys said, Sekou stay active and play well again. The more and more Sekou plays well, the more and more Jim, I'll let you approach that one real quick.
Hey, did you not remember how much I love Luke Kennard? He's a shooter. I love Luke Kennard to death, and everyone knows how much I love Luke Kennard. So chill out my boy Hayes. That was a good joke. Shout out to Luka Vision, man. He said, I see why you like Hayes. His shot look about as good as Westbrook. Hey, guess what? He a triple-double machine just like Westbrook too, though. So I'll take it. And he a better defender. Go ahead, Drew. Wrap it up, man. I was about to say, bro.
But yeah, this could turn a lot of people's heads with Killian because, like you can see, there's a lot of people who aren't sold on Killian. If he can hold his own against Westbrook, and hold him to a bad, efficient shooting game, or make him force a lot of turnovers, something, people will be like, "All right, this kid can play." Even if Killian doesn't score a lot, I feel like he's gonna have good games because of his defense ability. So. I think this one, just one word, defense.
Man, y'all is rare form right now in the chat, man. Y'all gonna have to chill out. Bro, y'all is tripping right now. Now, what do I want to see from the Pistons versus Washington? I'm with Pistons. So I want to see if this zone defense is as legit as it looked. I mean, because it just looked like the Knicks were like, we can't score, and we're very uncomfortable. Like, that was their body language the whole game. And I would like to see them actually call a few plays. I would like to see them actually call Killian Hayes in the pick and roll so we can actually see his abilities. Call more plays for Killian. Sekou, please let that man get 25 minutes this night. And I want to see Josh Jackson at the 2. I agree with Drew there, but look, this Wizards team, they young and stuff, but they're gonna come at you, and I think they got a lot of talent. So if they got Bradley Beal and Westbrook, I want to see us compete. I would love to see us win the game, but compete, especially if Bradley Beal and Russ are playing well. But we really don't know how well they're play and how well they're gonna, Well, Russ gonna take it serious, but we don't know how serious Bradley Beal is gonna take it. Russ, he don't care if it's a ball in the court, like you already know what Russ gonna do. So. Man, did I get everybody in this question? Bravo, you answered?
Yeah, pretty much like I didn't answer, but I would agree with all of you guys probably. I don't know. I want to see like Killian Hayes against like a elite guard like Westbrook or Beal. I don't know if they're gonna play though. I mean, the last game, Westbrook and Beal did not play. They might not play this game either.
No, Westbrook is gonna play.
Oh,
I don't know about Beal. Well, Pistons saw
Westbrook is playing. If Killian can play legit against Beal. Against Westbrook, that would be great, but I don't know if he can. So that's the matchup I'm looking for, definitely. And I'm really looking for Hashimura versus Sekou. Last time, Hashimura killed Sekou. I remember that in the last season. A few times in the post, he scored on him several times. But I think Hashimura is turning 23 next year. Early February, he's going to be 23-year-old. So he's like So he's older by Sekou by a lot. So 3 years, almost like. So the point is, it all depends on the matchup. But I do feel like I want to see also Denny Avdia. Denny Avdia is a guy I really was high on before the draft started. And I think it will be interesting to see if he can score against Jeremy Grant. Because Jeremy Grant is a good defender, really. So we'll find out.
But I would rather Killian defend Bradley Beal if he play. Because if y'all remember what I was just saying about Russ is a one-on-one. Of course, you want to see him play well against Russ, but it's the guys like Bradley Beal that he's gonna have to defend. Let's be honest. Let's be honest about it. Like besides, like Russ is a one-on-one. Like you're not gonna see a guy like Steph or a guy like Russ or a guy like Kyrie. Those guys are just like those are like the 3-point guards that are just so unique. So I would really want to put him on Beal. But obviously he's gonna have to guard Russ as well. But we'll see what Killian Hayes does with that. But we're gonna move on to the next question. But before, Savitas has to beat out Magruder. I swear. Look, I don't even care if Savitas not better than Magruder. I'm gonna put him on the team. That's just how petty I am. But obviously, you want him to be ready. Look, man. I hope this dude is the great white hope. Like, I hope he is, man. Like, I hope he's what we missing, man. Like, who knows? Like, I hope the Pistons gonna have one of them Denver Nuggets lineups where Killian 6'5", not Denny. Fervitas 6'9" at the 2, shooter, Sekou 6'10" at the 3, and then you have Jeremy Grant or somebody else at the 4 and then somebody else at the 5. But considering what I was realizing about Jeremy Grant and Mason Plumlee, and I was realizing about our weaknesses, the Pistons are very thin at center. We don't have any good centers. Like when I really look at it, we don't have any type of center. So it leads me to believe that Troy Weaver, I don't know, he might have messed up a little bit. And considering Sekou's growth that we've seen, was Sada Plumlee a mistake instead of just like getting a guy like C. Wood and just picking up a guy like Nerlens Noel on a minimum deal? Because you gave 20 million a year to Jeremy Grant and then 28 million to freaking Mason Plumlee. You could have signed Christian Wood for 16 million a year and then signed a guy like Nerlens Noel instead, who are better players, and it's definitely something to think about. But all right, Bravo, man. What's your thoughts on this? Should we have like signed C. Wood instead of just getting Grant and Plumlee, especially because you can run a C. Wood, Blake, Sekou, and Boya lineup?
I would have really signed C. Wood. Christian Wood was really playing nice last year, and I felt like he would have really been a nice just re-addition to the team. Why would you bring Plumlee? I mean, I don't know how much of a screening value you can really have for a guy like Killian. I know he's good at screening, but I mean, we can just sign a simple center. We can. I mean, I think Dwayne Dedman can still play as a center. We waived him. for nothing.
No, I want Dwayne Dedman back. Like, that's how bad Mason Plumlee
Yeah,
is.
so I feel like the center, the free agency, I wasn't really like I'm not really greatly interested in this free agency class, and unfortunately, I don't like the free agents we signed. Period. Even Jeremy Grant, I'm not really great on it because we already drafted a couple of players, Sekou and Bay. What do we do with those guys if we have them? We can just play them instead of Jeremy Grant. But hey, they went for Jeremy Grant. Maybe there's a reason. Maybe I think there is a reason, which is probably tanking. I hate to say it. Maybe they know that Jeremy Grant is not going to be all-star. Maybe they just trying to compete with defense, and I feel like that they wanted for defense, a defensive player. So they went with Jeremy Grant, and now we got a chance to play a really good defense in this Pistons team. And I don't think we can replace Seawood. And I think next year we need to draft a center at this point because we don't have a center, to be honest. I mean, I think we need a shooting guard too, but I think we might go with a center, with the best center available.
No, I would go with center. I want Luka Garza.
Hey, next year we get in top 5. We're drafting Cade Cunningham.
He's not a center. Okay, Sekou got next, man. What's your thoughts on this?
Sorry, I'm tripping out.
Bro, just so you know, the question is always scrolling at the bottom of the screen. So if you don't know the question, you just look at the bottom.
Mason, look, there's only two moves I really, really disagree with in Troy Weaver's tenure, and that is the Mason Plumlee signing and the waiving of Zaire Smith. And the Mason Plumlee signing, I never really got from the start, paying him $25 million and also putting a trade kicker on him, which makes zero sense to me. The only thing he really brings is veteran leadership and to help Killian out. And I could see Troy and KCR really trying their hardest to give the best supporting cast for Killian that he needs and anything that Killian needs. But I think you could have got it with better guys, and you have that with Isaiah and Jaleel. But Mason, I think signing Mason Plumlee was a mistake. Signing Jeremy Grant, I like that signing. It grew on me over time. Grant,
so you're okay with signing Jeremy Grant and not having Seawood basically on a cheaper deal?
I
paid $14 million. I'm assuming he would have charged us more, but the most probably would have been like $16 million.
Quadrillion %. I would want Christian Wood here right now instead of Jeremy Grant. But Jeremy Grant was my second option in free agency. It was either Christian Wood, and if Christian Wood didn't re-sign, I wanted Jeremy Grant. I would love to have Christian Wood. He's an up-and-coming star, and I firmly believe he's going to be a premier player in this league. But I'm not too mad about. Well, I like Grant as a player. I just hate missing out on what is going to turn out to be. But so I think the Grant signing was okay. I don't like the Mason Plumlee signing, and would rather have Christian.
Okay, so he said Seawood is a 4 out of 5. We all know that. I've been saying that he's a 4, but he can't play 5. I mean, say whatever you want. He did go toe-to-toe with Joel Embiid, and, say whatever you want, but Joel Embiid was guarding him, and he was guarding Embiid. So, and the thing about this lineup is starting Seawood allows you to start Sekou, who is 6'10". So in a sense, Sekou is probably going to be defending the center on a lot of switches. And it's going to work because that offensive firepower that you get, and like people were talking about Stewart, and I love Stewart, but we need Stewart is going to be great for us, the utility guy, but it would be good. I had a debate with my cousin about this, and we disagreed, but he said we need a center that can stretch the floor. And looking at Seawood, the way he can stretch the floor, it will really, really help out Killian Hayes and Sekou and allow them spread. So when I look back on it, I'm like, we should have just signed Christian Wood and got Nerlens Noel. That's 100% better. 100%. Instead, what changed my mind on this a lot was because I wasn't torn about Christian Wood leaving. I wasn't happy about getting Jeremy Grant for $20 million, but I wasn't torn about Seawood leaving. But our center position is garbage. Let's just be 100. They suck, all of them. I'm not gonna say Stewart suck, he a rookie, but y'all know what I mean. They all trash. Mason Plumlee, Okay, Jahlil Okafor, he can score. I love it, but you can't do nothing else. Like, who else do we have at center? Who? So, Dwayne Dedman need to make his way back on the squad. But all right, Pistons talk, man. What's your thoughts about Troy Weaver signing Grant Plumlee and status, getting Reed Wood? What was it a huge mistake by Weaver, or you think it was fine?
I know exactly what Troy Weaver's doing. He's not smart. He's trying to tank, like straight up. Like you don't sign Mason Plumlee for $8 million and then his agent puts a trade kicker on it. You don't sign Jeremy Grant to have a bigger role when he's been a role player his whole life. He knows what he's doing. He's trying to, rebuild this team for 2 to 3 years. We don't like the contract. That's fine. The reason why we signed Plumlee was for his pick and rolls for Killian's development. We all know that. Grant, he is what he is. He's not going to wow you by any means. He's going to, hustle, run to the rim, hit some open three-pointers occasionally. It's just, I see what he's doing. As for the C. Wood thing, you know what? I'm kind of glad because C. Wood acted like a diva the whole offseason, asking people, where should I go in free agency? Getting cameras out like it's the decision part 2, like he's LeBron James. Like, I'm fine.
Let's see Wood eat, dog. Let's see Wood eat, man.
I'm happy for him.
He was the guy.
No, I'm happy for him, man.
I would have been like, yo, where I'm going. Yo,
I'm happy for him. It's just, I think the Pistons had a number in mind. The first deal was $9 million with Houston. Pistons probably said, oh, that's the deal. And they probably offered him like 12, and then Houston offered him 14. At the end of the day, I'm not going to pay a guy $15 million when he only plays one side of the basketball. He's only an offensive 4. He plays no defense whatsoever. He'll get a block occasionally, but I'm not really going to lose sleep over losing Christian Wood. I know everyone just has like this, they're still upset over it, which I don't really get. I mean, you overvalue players every time they come here because we've been trashed for so damn long. I get it. When a good player's gone, whatever. Like, I'm just so sick of people whining about Christian Wood. He's not going to.
I don't know, man.
He's not going to get you a championship.
I was talking to some people, and what they told me? They were like, what LeVar had said, what he had said about us being raggedy. I'm like, we ain't raggedy. They like, the Pistons are raggedy. I'm like, hell no. And they like, Derrick Rose, the best player on y'all team. I'm like, what? It's Blake Griffin. He did like last year, Derrick Rose was the best player on our team. You know what? I disagreed and all that. But if that can be true, then yeah, maybe I would cry over losing Christian Wood. If an old, washed-up Derrick Rose is the best player on our team. Because, and I mean, look, we'll see what Jeremy Grant does. I definitely think he's definitely more of a two-way player, but Christian Wood could average 20 and stretch the floor. Sometimes you trade that defense for offense, and like I said, with guys like Sekou and Josh Jackson, you could always find a way. It's just like, I don't care how much a diva you are. I don't care if you play one side of the ball. I'd rather pay him $14 million than pay Jeremy Grant 20. Like, what?
I mean, if you're in a competitive, standpoint where you think you can make the playoffs and you think you can win a playoff series, I guess that's an entire different conversation we could have. But I mean, I even if we re-sign Christian Wood, he probably wouldn't be the main focal point of the offense like he was when we traded Drummond because everyone was hurt. He may be a third option because Blake was going to be healthy. Christian Wood would be coming off the bench. I doubt you play him at center because he's just too small.
I think you would have to play him at center.
He's going to get bullied by a lot of centers. I mean,
man, and he's going to bully them back. Like,
I don't know. I'm just not. I never really cared for the way he acted because the Pistons gave him an opportunity. And then he goes out and just like kind of cops an attitude. And then when people call him out, he's like, oh, no, I didn't mean that. It's just like, dude, grow up.
Well, Hassan Whiteside, that would have been a good pickup.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't even know why he went back to Sacramento. That makes no sense.
Hassan Whiteside, Dwight Howard. Yeah, like I'm telling y'all, Troy Weaver, he's sitting back there laughing. Because he did everything he could to keep us out the playoffs, man. Look at those centers he signed. Nerlens Noel got signed for a vet minimum $5 million. He better than all the centers on our team. Come on, man. You telling me you couldn't? And he went to the Knicks. Come on, you telling me he wouldn't have came here? So, Drew, man, what's your thoughts on this?
I think Christian Wood messed up. Yeah, he got the bag, but I think that he solidified himself into the starting spot here. I think he showed the Pistons last year he would have been able to give you 20 points per night, even with Blake back. Especially since we got a pass first point guard now in Killian Hayes, he would have got a lot more looks. Going to Houston, I don't know what's going to happen with James Harden. There's going to be a ton of trade rumors until he does get traded. But I think the Rockets are really trying to salvage that relationship. I just seen something today that the Rockets are giving him his own personal jet where he can have his parties in between games and stuff. So that way he's not going to go get COVID. I'm like, seriously, bro, what the hell? But then they got John Wall and Boogie Cousins over there. Like, those are their three guys. So he's going to be a fourth option over there right now. So I don't really know if he's going to get more opportunity over there. The only difference is he got paid more. I think Grant, like you said, I think he'll be better next year for us after he actually gets a full off season to work out and improve and stuff and actually know like what his role will be here. For Plumlee, this is going to be a tough 3 years watching this guy play. I don't like this signing one little bit. I would have just rather gone out there and either kept Dedmon or just play Stewart and try to develop him by just throwing him into the fire because I don't know who the hell he thinks he is, but it's like he gets the ball and he's like running like self ISOs for himself. Like he's like clearing everybody out, doing the whitest dribble moves I've ever seen in my life. Like I don't know what the hell he's trying to accomplish out there, but I will say this about Plumlee.
When you pay a man $28 million guarantee, he don't feel like he got to do that.
Yeah.
But and one thing I wanted to reiterate though is the beginning of this is considering Sekou's growth. That's why the Seawood thing is a huge mistake to me because Sekou is supposed to be in Grant's spot. Everything you're going to get from Grant, you get it from Sekou on a rookie deal, and now you can pay Christian Wood $14 million.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. But on the flip side of it, Grant and Plumlee can both pass the ball pretty well. Plumlee doesn't do a whole lot that stands out, but he is actually a nice passing big man. And what we seen the other night from Sekou with all the backdoor cuts, Plumlee can hit him with those. Grant can hit him with those passes. So, it looks weird and it's taken away from Sekou's minutes, but these guys can actually work with Sekou and help make Sekou better at the same time. Whereas Christian Wood, 9 times out of 10, if he got the ball, he wasn't really going to give it back up. I mean, every once in a while he'll get an assist here and there, but he really wasn't looking to help Sekou or any of the other guys out. He was out there to dunk on people and put up his stats. So, I see it from both sides. It is what it is. I'm not really sad that he's gone, and I'm not really happy he's gone either. So I think we just got to build from within. If Sekou is playing better than Grant, I know we're paying Grant a whole lot of money, but I want the best 5 out there. And right now, Sekou has a way, way, way higher ceiling than Grant does. So I don't really know if it's a huge mistake, but you got to play Sekou at the end of the day.
All right. Look, I'm looking in the chat. We got 98 people in the chat. I saw my man Marvin Tolbert in the building. What up, though, man? Mario Washington in the building. What's good? Randall, what's good, everybody? I kill it with the shout outs always. Benjamin Foe, what's good, Benjamin Foe? We got 97 people in here. Make sure you guys like that video. And we gonna go to the last topic, and then we gonna take some questions, man. Okay. Considering how good D Rose and Blake have looked so far, are you confident that the Pistons will be able to compete early in the season? And I'm gonna start right to you, Bravo, the one who wants to tank and lose.
I'm not sure really. I'm not sure really if we're going to compete or not because I feel like our team is still not settled yet. We still have a lot of things to go. And the way we played against the Knicks is one of the worst teams. We struggled against them. Let's face it. So I'm not being pessimist. I'm being more realist in here. I do feel like we're gonna have a good defense, but the problem is our offense and scoring. So I don't know where it's coming from. Blake, D Rose is off the bench. So Blake, the way he's playing, I don't think he's gonna average 20 points a game. I feel like he's gonna average 10 to 15 points at max most of the games. That's what I'm expecting from Blake. Blake, I don't expect.
All right, Bravo's on timeout. Bravo on timeout. What? You said Blake Griffin averaging 10 points a game. What's wrong with you? What?
You saw him already. So I don't know if he's gonna be the same guy.
Got Bravo Bayless in the building.
What?
I do feel like 10 to 15 games is how I see from Blake this year. And that's not too bad. A 15-point game is better than nothing.
Oh wow!
I think the scoring is going to come from other players like Killian Hayes, Sekou.
Oh,
and I don't know if Blake is going to average 20-point plus games. I don't see it. This is my personal opinion.
Okay, look. Not thinking he gonna average 20 is one thing. I'm gonna give you a chance to recant that 10 point, 15 point. Like, yo, no, I mean he might average 19 or 18, but he ain't averaging nothing under 18. There's no way, nothing. I think he's averaging 20 instantly. Like Blake can get out of bed and average 20, man. He's just too good, man.
He's gonna get 10 points at the free throw line game.
Look, let me face it. I hope that Blake is gonna be the scorer, but I don't really see him the same player already. I feel like he's protecting his knee a lot. He's moving okay. I like that, but he's not doing the same kind of jumps. He's off the post. Watch him off the post. He's not taking a lot of players off the post as he used to before. He's taking his time. He's trying to limit his movement.
How long has it been since he played basketball? Like he's still out there getting beat up on the court. So he look like the same Blake. Like it's been 15 months since Blake has played on a basketball court, give or take.
Like, I think it's gonna be 15.
Considering that he played as well as he did, and he ain't been on the court in like 15 months, coming off a significant injury, like he looked just fine. Like the offense I remember the first game, the offense ran terribly if he didn't touch the ball. He was the only one that can make plays, and he was the only one that looked ready. I just like I don't know why he looked exactly the same to me.
Let me ask you this, Bravo, real quick.
I don't think he's the same, in my opinion.
Let me ask you this real quick. If Blake's shooting about 7 to 8 threes a game, do you think he can make 3 of those?
Yeah, for sure.
So that's 9 points already right there.
Yes.
So he's going to draw fouls. Like you see what he did against the Knicks. He took that foul from was it Robinson or was it Obi Toppin who jumped it? And
Robinson, I think.
So like he's still effective down there in the post.
Yes, but he's not the same
28. Yeah, he'll average more than 10, bro.
How is he not the same? Like,
he's not going to go to the basket. He's not going to get the same kind of level of foul.
What?
From 2018. He's going to be a good scorer of a
Bravo. Go rewatch the game. When Blake got the ball, the Knicks was like, oh, snap, Blake got the ball. What you mean?
Bravo, he's still banging down low in the post. Like,
what?
He's been playing like 20 minutes a game? And he's still putting up 10 points.
Minutes and he had 9 points the first game and 5 assists. He had 9 points, 5 assists, and 7 rebounds in 22 minutes the first game. In the second game, I'm gonna go look up his stats. Like, that's crazy.
I don't think he's gonna play more than 30 points a game.
You mean 30 minutes a game?
30 minutes a game. Sorry about that. I think he's gonna average 25 to 28 minutes a game, and that's gonna put him in a category of 15. Maybe I think. I mean,
maybe average 20 and 28 minutes.
That's how I feel.
Yeah, easy.
I know easy, but he's not going to be the same guy.
Blake, I'm telling you, man, Blake can, like I say, he can average 20 in his sleep right now. Like, that's not going to be hard for him to do because the thing about players like Blake Griffin is they get fouled a lot. And it don't matter how much you think he's lost. He's always going to bang down low. He's been ingrained into his play style. He's always going to draw those fouls. And that's why he's going to be able to still score. You saw his 3-point shot. He still can shoot the damn 3. So that three ball is wet. So his 3 ball is wet. He's still going to get to the free throw line and he still can score. So Yeah, man, bravo, man.
Okay.
Keep talking about you when he went off. All
right. I'm gonna make it short. 10 points, 15 points a game. All right.
15. Hey, I want to say something, everybody. We going in on Bravo, but Bravo will be the leader of this show. He right. So
don't hate me. Don't hate me at the end of the season when you see 15 points a game. He's not playing.
Happen, man. Don't
he's
get
not
all
playing 2 minutes. This is how I feel like. The guy's coming off a major injury. Give him a break.
He had a year and a half off.
I know
that major injury.
He's not the same. He's going to be protective for his knee. He can't just do the same things.
Look at this. 23 minutes, 4-8 from the field, 10.6 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal. 205 from 3.
Let's hope. I hope
that was 23 minutes, and he didn't play in the fourth quarter or any of the third quarter. So that if this was normal, Blake, he probably would have played 33 minutes in this game.
Easy.
Yeah, and he would have scored 20. I would have seen Eason scoring 20 points.
Okay. We watch and see.
I mean, he averaged 15 points on one leg last year. Okay.
Actually averaged 18 points on one leg.
I thought it was 15 and a half.
I think last year he averaged, I don't know how many points he had. He even played.
I don't even know.
I thought it was 18.
I think he played 18 games.
Oh, okay.
I think he averaged. I'm not sure.
He averaged 15, man. He only played 18 games. Okay, yeah. On one leg, dog. Come on, man. And he was still playing 28 minutes a game. So that just goes to show you he's like Blake is gonna be playing like 32 minutes this year.
Let's hope.
I think most of us are expecting him to average 20 at least.
Look, if he's in 20, he's gonna be traded. If he's 20 minutes a game.
And Bravo, what have I been telling y'all like the last 2 weeks? Blake ain't gonna make it. I told y'all last week. I finally figured it out. Troy Weaver's about to have Blake off this team. That's literally like because he's gonna. I'm telling you.
All right.
He's gonna be one of the most improved, recovery players, whatever they call those players, comeback players. Like he's gonna be balling, and they're gonna come after him. But that was fun.
It's for the hot take, Bravo. Maybe laugh.
Hey, if you guys don't like my comment, there's a wall. Go hit the wall until you.
Hey, you can feel however you want, man. Bravo, tell them. Hey, they can do something to the left and the right one, but we gonna keep it PC, Bravo. You tell them whatever you want. They can hate in the chat all they want, man. This is why we do this, man. But all right, man. Let me just answer this damn question. How D Rose has looked specifically is giving me confidence that we're gonna be pretty competitive early on. Because I think D Rose has been like great both of the games. Obviously, we just talked about Blake. Blake has looked like the same guy. Like I said, he looked like the same guy to me, and I was actually surprised. It kind of reminds me of like boxing is a different sport. Where Earl Smith Jr. he had that big car accident, and he came back and boxed against a top fighter, and he just looked like the same guy right off the bat, and you just saw it. But I think Blake looks like the same guy, and D Rose is looking very good coming off the bench. So I think they're gonna be very competitive early on. I don't know how many games they maybe gonna win because the East is just like if James Harden goes to the East, this is really gonna mess with some things. But that's just how I feel about that. All right, man. Pistons talk, man. D Rose and Blake have looked good so far. Does that give you the confidence that the Pistons will be competitive early on?
Yeah, I said in the video he looks like 2018-19 Blake. I hate to see him diving on the floor during a preseason game. Gives me freaking anxiety. Mm-hmm. But I mean, other than that, he looks like his old self. He's still passing. He's dribbling. He's got more movement in his legs. He'll probably average 20, like bare minimum. I think he'll probably average like 28 and 5. As for D Rose, he kind of looks like he needs a little bit more time. First game, he's getting blocked like crazy by Mitchell Robinson. Second game, he's a little bit more under control. But as for the competitive, I'm actually looking at the schedule. Man, it does not look good. Like, you start at Minnesota, and you got Cleveland, Atlanta.
That's winnable. Those first 2 games is very winnable.
Yeah, they're winnable, but then the schedule gets tough. Then you got Boston. You're Boston twice, Milwaukee twice, Phoenix and Utah, and then Milwaukee again. So, I mean.
Every Milwaukee is a loss. So, like, if I hear Milwaukee, like, I don't even see a win. Like, but all the rest of them games, Boston will be tough, but we always play tough against them. But, like, I feel like, all them teams are better than us, and they probably beat us. But you got to remember, look, Blake Griffin is still a top 15 player, and when he playing like Blake Griffin on any given night, it don't matter who across on the other court. Remember what he did to Embiid? He gave him 50. He gave him 50 against a Sixer team that I think that was the year that Kawhi shot them out the playoff. So a very good Sixers team. So I think we'll be competitive in those games, and this is the reason why we play defense now. Those teams are not used to a Pistons team playing defense, but I understand if you're a little bit reserved about us being since the schedule looked like that. But all right, Detroit, Drew, man, what's your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I think that we're going to be competitive because we have to look at we don't have to be the 8th seed anymore to make the playoffs right now. All we have to do is be the 10th seed. That's a very, very reachable goal. And everyone keeps bringing up, well, the trade with Houston where that trade's protected, where it's like, top 16 protected. If you're the 10th seed and you get in as the 8th seed, you still got the pick. You're still technically the 8th seed, but you got the standing of the 10th seed. You keep the pick, you make the playoffs. With Blake Griffin being healthy, this is a playoff caliber team. Like we've seen what Blake can do. He's carried us to the playoffs on one leg before, and if he can stay healthy, we'll be right back there again. Plus, Derrick Rose took a different approach to this offseason. He didn't spend a whole lot of time talking basketball or doing basketball stuff. He took the pandemic seriously and spent time with his family and stuff. Like he's a family man now, so I respect it. It's just about getting his legs underneath of him. And he'll be fine. It's Derrick Rose. Like, he's going to know what it takes to get back into rhythm and stuff. But he still looks just as good as he did last year. And if he can play like that, he was averaging about 18 points off the bench last year. Then when he started, he kept that same pace. So I think we're in good hands there with our 2-star players. We really have not seen Blake and Derrick Rose play too many regular season games together. Because I think last year when Blake came back, Rose was out. The time Blake got hurt, Rose came back. So we really haven't seen those two guys on the court play together yet. And that's very scary. I'm very excited to watch it. But early on, I think that we're going to surprise those teams like Milwaukee and Philly and Miami because of what J-Mo said. We play defense now. We can switch. We can throw bodies at them. We said we're not very deep in terms of having good centers. But when you play in Embiid, we got 3 active centers on the roster. I would just do a hack and Embiid, follow him, no free chili, and then we'll roll with.
But how you gonna hack a Embiid? He's a great free thrower.
I'm not okay. Well, I didn't mean like put him on the line intentionally, but if he's down there on the blocks, follow him. Like, don't make it easy for him. Make him shoot the free throws, make him earn it. So I think we'll have a different approach because even at small forward, when we have to play guys like Giannis or KD or Bron, we got Grant, we got Sekou, we got Bay. We got bodies to throw at people. They're not going to hold their own. Those guys are still going to torch us every night. But we have a different arsenal where maybe for 2 minutes, Sekou can help clamp somebody up, or a Grant will, or Bay might come in the game and just go unconscious and hit 3 threes or something like that. So I think it's a different squad. Like we're still deep. It's just like our talent's not as good. If that makes sense. Like, we got bodies we can throw out there who bring something different to the table. So with Blake and D Rose being healthy, I certainly think we can compete for that play-in playoff spot.
Most definitely, dog. And man, I just gotta say something, bro. Nick, you gonna get put in timeout trying to talk crazy about the people on my panel, bro. You better chill all that out for real, because I'll put you on timeout and I'll block you. I don't need you. Calm your ass down. Now let's continue with the show. All right, Sekou got next, man. What's your thoughts on D Rose and Blake, man? Do you think it'll help us win early on and be competitive, or it ain't gonna matter depending on how they've been looking?
I think it's definitely gonna help us compete. I don't know. We're definitely not gonna be a top tier team. I think we all know that. But I think we're gonna be one of those teams fighting for the 8, 9, 10 seed around that range. I don't think we're gonna be horrible, but I don't think we're gonna be amazing. I think we're just gonna be a mediocre team, which I don't particularly love. But I think the goal is to trade Blake. And I think we want to keep D Rose around for Killian, and I think that's really beneficial. I would want to keep him around too. But I think we are definitely going to be in the conversation to begin the season.
As Drummond develops somewhat of a hey, I'm gonna tell you something. This man's Drummond start shooting threes. I'm gonna just have to see him because we gonna have to talk. Like, bro, They're like, but you know I'm not buying that. Come on, man. I don't care if he was looking like. I don't care if he shot 10 from the half court line and made them in a row in the preseason. I won't believe it till he do it in the game consistently. Now this is the time where we will take all of your questions. So drop all your questions in the chat. If you guys ain't like the video, make sure you guys like the video. Now this episode is being crazy on the bump the real with the DSA, and man, I'm glad we doing Wednesday shows now, man. Because it's getting crazy, man. It's getting crazy. I'm gonna go through some of these comments, y'all. Man, y'all been crazy today, man. Let me scroll through these comments, man. Let's see. Hey, just cool and you funny, bro. You funny, bro. Free Smoke Wednesday. You already know what it is, man. It's definitely Free Smoke Wednesday over here, man. Bro, no, Nick, I don't care, bro. I don't care. Come on, man. Come on, Nick. Stop it, bro. I don't like. Oh my goodness. You make me laugh. It's actually pretty funny. Okay, you've been asking this question all day. I'm gonna throw this to Detroit Drew. So between Speed and Cerritos, who will be the next Tayshaun Prince?
Neither one of them. They don't play the same style. Tayshaun was a primary defender who eventually developed that shot. These guys are the opposite. They're shooters. So I just don't think that's a good comparison. You know, I think they're different. I think they're more like most likely to be the next Rip Hamilton. I think that's a better comparison.
Whoa!
Even then, that's a shot in the dark because again, they play different. But I've loved what I've seen from a high loop running off the screens. That's very Rip Hamilton like. So I think that's a better comparison to go down that road than Tayshaun. Just Tayshaun was just an unbelievable defender, and these guys don't really play defense.
Man said Rip Hamilton, dog. I almost threw Drew out the show. Like, bro.
I said Rip Hamilton.
Hey, no, Drew. That's only because Rip Hamilton is literally like my third favorite player of all time. So, like, man, I was like, this man said who? Oh man, now if Sweet hitting shots like that, then he gonna be something special. But I'm going with Doritos or Trashes because he better be, or I'm never gonna let up on the Pistons for making that mistake because Bo it still exists. But I'm gonna throw this to you, Bravo. What's your take on Luka Garza? Do you know anything about Luka Garza? I don't know because I do. Okay, am I the only one who knows anything about Luka Garza?
I watched one game of him.
I haven't looked at him yet, but I heard of the name several times, but I haven't looked at him. I think he's a prospect.
Okay. Is Luka Garza a top prospect?
We'll
Definitely. Now, players like him, he spent 4 years in college, so his ceiling is lower. But hey, sometimes it ain't nothing wrong with getting a 15 and 8 guy. You know what I'm saying? A guy that's gonna score for you, shoot the floor. He don't have to be a superstar or anything. But I like Luka Garza a lot. And he's drastically been getting better, so his stock has been rising, but it's all good. All right, Pistons Talk, you got a question. Assuming Blake plays like an all-NBA third team Blake this year, what player or players would you look to get back in the trade?
You know, the only trade that I would probably do, and it makes no damn sense at all, I would do a swap for Buddy Hield, like straight up. Like you need a shooting guard, that's a shooting guard. Like I don't know. Like the value for him is going to be weird because of the money situation. I know fans like, oh, I want a first-round draft pick. Well, you're not getting a first-round draft pick this year. You see in this draft, it's freaking loaded. If you could just do a player swap with equal value, I'm okay with that.
I don't know, man. Troy Weaver's got his OKC roots, man. They've been getting first-round picks left and right.
I mean, all the trades I've seen so far, he's been losing his ass. But, I mean, first year, I mean, you give it like 10 unprotected first-round picks that are protected picks to Houston for Christian Wood. Like, I don't get that. You're trading Jeremy Grant. You get a protected prospect that will probably – or a prospect that Denver's never used in 5 seasons. I mean, so far his trades have been really bad. Drafting, that's a whole nother story. He's doing really good at drafting. But his trades, so far, it's not a strong suit.
I'd rather be good at drafting than trading any day of the week.
Same here, man. Same here.
Josh Jackson closer to Prince than either of them. 100% facts.
True,
And he a Detroit
true.
native, boy. And he a Detroit native. And out there supporting the kids, donating toys and stuff, man. Shout out to my man Josh Jackson. Rip Hamilton more of a Reggie Miller. No, definitely, man. He used to sauce Reggie Miller too. So
He's just
Reggie
doing
is
moves.
hey, Rip Hamilton used to sauce everybody though. But make sure you guys continue to drop your questions in the chat. We about to wrap up the show. It's Free Smoke Wednesday. We in the building. All right, man. Let me go. Let me know if y'all see some questions in there.
Yeah, I saw one earlier. Brian Scotch said that a gambling site has Dwayne Casey at a plus 300 at the second most coach likely to get fired behind Scott Brooks at a plus 200. Are you putting your money on Casey?
Brian Scotch just made me like $300. Yup, I'm about to put all my money on Casey, guys. Brian, no, Brian Shook. That's how you said. That's how you pronounce it. Last night. Yeah, Brian Shook. My fault, Brian. No, because look, man, we've been debating this Dwayne Casey thing for a while. I got so many people that love Dwayne Casey, and I got so many people that don't like him, and I got so many people in the middle. So, I don't think Dwayne Casey is the coach for the future. I think Pistons somebody talked about might have been Bravo actually talked about how he would retire because he never signed up for this. I forgot who it was, but somebody said that he never signed up to rebuild this team, and I do think Dwayne Casey's future is very, very short. I don't think he's gonna last more than 2 years here. And if we're not like productive in a way that Troy Weaver likes. So now I put my money on Casey. But Sekou got next, as we know you love your boy. Go ahead and defend your boy.
Like I said multiple times, I think Dwayne Casey is the perfect coach for this rebuild, or restoring as they'd like to call it. I'm just basing this off his track record on what he did in Toronto. It took him 3 years after that. He never had a season where he didn't win 47-plus games, and only one, so you could probably say 50-plus. But on the other hand, if Troy Weaver doesn't like something he's doing, he will fire him in 2 seconds. Troy Weaver is not scared to do anything. He will fire anybody he wants to. And I firmly believe that he will trade anybody he wants to. He will sign anybody he wants to. He will fire anybody he wants to. So I would love to have Dwayne Casey as our coach, but I don't know if I'm the biggest Dwayne Casey supporter, but I think he's a good coach. I could say I'm more in the middle / liking him stage. And if we did get rid of him, I wouldn't be too happy, but it wouldn't be the end of the world. So do I think he's going to get fired?
I'm going to say this is my problem with Dwayne Casey. He is a good coach, like you say, but you can be a good coach and destroy young players. It's just like the way he's been handling our young players. Like that's been my whole issue, and not just one or two, like the whole nine. And in some coaches, I would take a bad coach that's rebuilding because that bad coach is gonna rebuild my young players. Sometimes he was brought here as an upgrade from like SBG probably would be better for these young guys as much as we hate him if he wasn't the GM, because he had just had his young team and we have suck. But I take that back. I hate SBG. But I just couldn't do it. I tried to shoot him some bail and I just said I couldn't.
Nah,
I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. Like even though he got the Pelicans looking better, because they gonna be the Pelicans gonna be great with SVG. I hate to say it, but sometimes you just need a rebuilding type of coach. And Dwayne Casey was here you got Blake and Dre and make the playoffs and be competitive. He wasn't here to actually do that. And sometimes the way he handles the young guys, but I'm surprised to see Scotty Brooks on this list.
I'm not.
Russ ain't gonna get him out of there that quick, bro. Come on.
It's not even Russ. It's their owner.
Oh, okay.
Their owner is just delusional as all hell.
But what I have to say about that though is, in my opinion, Pistons fans especially, I just see a lot of them on Twitter. I'm not saying you guys specifically. I'm just saying a lot of Pistons fans are very impatient. they don't want to wait to be competitive. Sometimes, especially with a team like the Pistons, we have to wait and sit. Sure, it might be painful to watch, and sure, we might lose a shit ton of games. But the thing is patience is key with this team, and if you give Dwayne Casey time and you give Troy Weaver time, it's all going to pay off in the end. It's just we need to stick with him. And that's how just I feel.
Hold up. He says, members so like they want to trade Blake if he plays like MVP candidate. You damn straight.
100%.
Why would you want to keep Blake? I love him. I would go to a team and win the championship. I'll be so happy for you. If Blake playing like an MVP, he gone and he gone quick. And it's nothing to do with Blake.
Oh, I just want to say
it's about the future. It's nothing to do with Blake.
Yeah, if Blake does get traded, all the respect in the world. Every Piston fan loves you, man. Like,
yeah, it don't got nothing to do with Blake, man.
Yeah.
It's just his value. Like that means we could get a first round pick in next year's draft. We could have 2 first round picks in next year's draft, yo. Like, yeah, if you play like MVP candidate, I can't see any fan that's like, no, just keep him. And you know why? It's because it's his deal. Now, if his deal was 4 or 5 years, but his deal is only 2 years. So if he plays like MVP candidate this year, and let's say he repeats it next year, guess what you're gonna have to do? Now you're gonna have to pay him $40 million. That's why you trade him and move him, man. So let me go back to that last question. So you brought it up, Pistons Talk. What do you think about the question with Dwayne Casey like potentially being fired?
I know I haven't brought up the Toronto thing, but the main difference between what Toronto had and what the Pistons had was Toronto had guys in their system that were going to play. And you can't really try to compare Toronto and Detroit because Toronto had a culture. We've been trying to rebuild on the fly for 10 plus years, and Tom Gores gets impatient after a year or two and says, I want to start. And he gets it. It was Tobias Harris. It was Blake Griffin. You don't know how long Tom Gores is going to sit on his hands and be patient. I don't know how long. He's just like a walking time bomb. You don't know when he's going to explode and want to start a player. I don't see him being patient. A lot of people saying we got to trust this rebuild. Well, I don't trust Tom Gores. I've been watching basketball for a long time. Tom Gores is one of the worst Detroit sports owners I've ever seen in my life. I think he's worse than James Dolan. That's just my hot take. I think he's.
Why are you? I mean, look. As a person, yeah, but as an owner, what has he done that's been so bad?
He doesn't. Okay, so he trades away Brandon Knight and Chris Middleton for Brandon Jennings.
Did he trade them away or did SVG trade them away?
Joe Dumars traded him away because he wanted Joe Dumars out of the front office. He forced Joe Dumars out.
Also, Joe Dumars put a Bill Belichick on him.
Exactly. Tom Gores he's just one of the worst owners I've ever seen. He does a lot for the community of Detroit. I'm not going to deny that. He buys, the kids' toys every Christmas, the off the court stuff we're not going to get into, but he's just a really bad owner, man. It's like you have to be patient with the rebuild. If you want success from like the go in the work crew, you got to rebuild this thing the right way. You cannot half-ass it. You have to commit to the rebuild 100%. You can't half-ass a rebuild on the fly. The Pistons have been trying to do that probably since 2009. Where's it gotten them? You're not good enough to get a top pick, but you're battling for an 8 seed almost every damn year. You got to stay patient.
I honestly don't think Pistons Talk could have said it better. Like, I think that's what I've been trying to say my whole life right there, that statement. Tom Gores is an impatient person, and success comes when we are patient. Troy Weaver knows. Weaver he came here and he knew he had a plan from day one. Every step he takes, he knows what exactly he's doing. And patience is key with this team, and if we are all patient, it will lead to success. And I promise you guys this, as long as Tom
when you say patient, how long are you talking?
3 years.
3 years.
Yeah.
And 3 years for what?
We'll be a competitive playoff team.
Okay, so my thing is when you get star players that are young, your clock ticks up. Look at Memphis. I'm pretty sure they wanted to build too. They ain't got John Morant and they were a borderline playoff team. Everything changes. When you get a guy like Zion Williamson, yeah, you were good, but Zion play a full season, you're speed up. And I feel like I've been alone on this, and I'm gonna keep saying it. Sekou is that. That's why I don't want him out there now.
I get
so
it.
we can speed it up. That's why he need to be playing 30 minutes a night now. Not getting Jeremy Grant, because 2 years from now, Sekou will be so good that we will be that playoff team. But if it takes longer, that might be that 3 years. And that's what it's not just Sekou, it's with Killian Hayes, it's with Sadiq Bey, it's with Svi Mikhailuk. I want all of them getting all of the minutes so they can figure out how great they can be and play together. And Dwayne Casey does not – I don't know what the hell he's doing in that area, because it's like, do you want to win games or do you want to use your young guys? He says he want to use his young guys, but he constantly brings in vets to bring minutes over these guys. I didn't want Derrick Rose here because I wanted Bruce Brown and Luke Kennard to get more minutes. And when he got here, they got less minutes. Luke got hurt, obviously. But I'm just saying that's just a point. And it's just continuing with this whole thing. And that's just, like I said, he definitely is a good coach. But with these young players, like, play these guys. Like, I watched the Miami Heat be a borderline playoff team just by playing their young guys. Like, they made the playoffs 1 year and they got beat up on. And then the next year they missed it, but they won like 39 games. And then the next year was this year. They went to the Eastern Conference Finals. That's crazy. That's crazy, but that's literally what happened. And I know they got a better organization. I know that. But what I'm saying is, when you play your Bam Adebayos and when you play your Tyler Heroes and then you drop a Jimmy Butler on the team, you're right there. We dropped Blake Griffin on this team after the development of our players. You're right there.
You know what the problem is, though?
Yeah, what?
There is not a like the front office and what Dwayne Casey does, they're not on the same page. The front office wants to restore and rebuild. Casey wants to be competitive. You got to get on the same page, because if you want a clear direction, like you don't want the Pistons to be the Miami Heat, right? Like that kind of situation.
It doesn't have to be the Miami Heat. I just like,
or the Memphis Grizzlies.
Just talk about a direction. Like if you telling me, I feel like no matter what direction you going in, guys like Sekou, I'm gonna just point out two guys. No matter what direction you going in, Svi and Sekou fit, and they should be getting 25 minutes. I don't care. I love Sadiq Bey. I love him. He a rookie, man. Come on.
Look, but we have a direction. We just trade
and I just don't.
Picks.
No,
well, now we have a direction, but the past 9 years we haven't had one.
Exactly. That's why we commit to it.
Why are we still bringing in vets at the positions that our young players need to shine in?
It's Casey for you.
Like Jeremy Grant, Wayne Ellington, and DeLon Wright, them three. They shouldn't be here.
I get the Grant signing because you want to have a veteran in the locker room. You want someone like Josh Jackson, Sadiq Bey, Sekou Doumbouya. That's a perfect role model for Sekou. And Sekou's probably going to take his minutes at some point of this season. I expect that. Or if you trade Blake, you can have both of those guys out on the floor together. But my main issue with the Detroit Pistons as a whole is you're trying to do two things at once and you're not committed to one thing. You have to commit to the young guys. If you want to rebuild, you play the young guys, you let them play. We also Tyler Hero. Everyone's comparing him to Devin Booker. I mean, he looked great last year. If you want that kind of success, you got to play those guys. You can't have them rotting on the bench.
Yeah, and like I told Pistons Talk, man, if we drafted Tyler Hero, how good would he be right now? He wouldn't be nothing. I'm sorry to say it. He'd be a guy. And we know that. And that, to me, that's a problem. But what I was saying is, like, to me, Svi, no matter what direction you're going in, Sekou and Svi just fit. Like, and I just don't want Wayne Ellington and Rodney Magruder's getting minutes over guys like, Sekou, Svi, Josh Jackson, and like Sadiq Bey. But, that's just what I mean about it, because that's my only issue with Casey. That's why I want Nate McMillan. Why do y'all think I want him so bad? Because he's showing me he can win with trash young teams. And he plays his guys. And he plays the guys that are the best guys. And he instills a defensive culture, and he's a damn good basketball coach. Like, to me, he's way better for a rebuilding team. Like, Dwayne Casey, you might probably want to put him on a team that's a little bit more ready.
Like a championship roster, yeah.
Right. Like, I don't know how good he would do with Giannis and them boys, but a team like that.
He's doing a lot better than Budenholzer. Budenholzer's a regular season coach.
No, I think Budenholzer is the problem. And Giannis is going to continue to get blamed for Budenholzer. Budenholzer's failures. So, we're like at the point that we got Dwayne Casey, he was the right coach for this team because that's when we're trying to compete and be a playoff team. Yeah. But now that we transitioned, if you're not going to play the young guys, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you doing? And my thing is, like, 2 of our young guys are like top 6, 7 players on the team. Like, it's just no excuse. Only thing that he's doing right is he playing Killian. That's the only thing at this point. And I'm going to give him credit for that, but I think any coach would have started Killian. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you guys he was going to be the starter, man. And, man, bravo, man. We've been talking for a while. You just been chilling, eating, making me hungry. So what's your thoughts on all this stuff we've been talking about, man?
I don't know. Everybody has their own input. You guys were very – I remember you, J-Mo. Luke Kennard. Guess what happened with Luke Kennard next? He got traded for nothing. Same thing with Sekou. I don't want to think he's traded. I really love Sekou. I'll be disappointed if we trade him. But you guys got to really stick with the fact we got a new GM. He wants to do things his own way. And we don't know what he's thinking about. He's unpredictable. I feel like this guy, Troy Weaver, is really genius, but he's unpredictable sometimes. I do feel like there's a reason why he brought these kind of free agents and signed excellent. He drafted very good. I think like we are really successful draft this year, but he really didn't. I didn't like the free agency. I don't know what that means. Are we going to tank? Maybe. Are we possibly going to really be a bad team? Maybe. And again, I go back to Blake Griffin. You guys are just laughing at me because you don't think he's going to be scoring that many points. Of course, there's a reason why I'm coming from my perspective. Blake is not going to be the same kind of elite scorer on this team. He's going to be more of a mentor, assisting players to develop, assisting Sekou, assisting Sadiq Bey. He's going to be a secondary role rather than a primary role. I like Blake, and I think he's probably going to score 20 in some points, but I don't think seem that way. Same thing with the same thing level of kind of talk you guys are talking about. I do feel like Troy Weaver has a lot of things in his mind, and he might be changing things around. You never know. I don't know if we're going to be competitive. I don't know if we're going to be trading players. I do feel a lot of things are going to change, maybe.
My thing with Blake is like everything you're saying, Bravo. It's just like I don't think you've been watching Blake Griffin long enough. Like it's not going to be hard for him to score 18. Like that's going to be easy.
Oh yeah.
Like that's why I know he's going to be able to score 20 because it's going to be easy for him to score 18 points. He's just too naturally good. He's just too good. So I think he's going to score 22 points a game. But Speak Easy, man. Make sure you guys subscribe to Speak Easy if you haven't already. We got 94 people in the chat. Been going for 2 hours, so we will wrap it up after I go through the rest of these questions. I love J-Mo for being willing to down this Sekou. Him and A-Rogue conducting this hype train. They almost forget. Look, this man right here. Hey, y'all want to talk about Bravo? Hey, Bravo, man. Turn your mic back on, man. This man right here, man. Y'all want to talk about Bravo? Hold up, man, because Bravo is the GOAT. Hold up, Bravo the GOAT. I don't know. I can't give him the whole screen by myself. It's the song. Too bad. So. No, this guy right here, Bravo Mo, 1982, came to me one day and was like, "Yo, J-Mo, it's this dude named Sekou Demboya." And what did I tell you, Bravo?
I didn't remember really.
I was like, man, if you don't stop talking to me about all these foreign players, that's what I told Bravo.
Yeah.
I did Sekou because I hadn't seen him and I didn't do research. And then I came back to Bravo a week later. It was like, I kind of like this Sekou kid. Wow, he look kind of good. Yeah. This guy right here, you see him? This is the Sekou guy. He was on this guy before anyone else. Anyone. This guy right here. So all I know, that's why we call him the resident scouting expert, because he was on Killian Hayes first, too. First person who told him about Killian Hayes. And the 2 guys that Bravo has scouted as great players, the Pistons have drafted them. So that lets you know that this man knows what he's talking about in that scouting area. And that's why I want these young guys to play. I don't mind. People think I want the Pistons to be great. And look, yes, I want us to win games, but I don't mind us being bad if Sekou is playing all the minutes. Like, I would love to be on a bad team, but Sekou and Killian Hayes are balling out because that let me know that they'll be good in the future. You know, it's nothing more like guy. Like I said, like Memphis fan. Of course, you want to be competitive, but it's nothing more fun than seeing like Memphis seeing Jaren Jackson and John Morant win 39 games or 40 games. They gonna love that because they know where they're headed. And I just feel like just put the young guys out there. And if you're trying to win, Sekou definitely asked that. He said, I always want to defend Casey when it comes to the Sekou topic, but then I see DeLon Wright starting at the 2, and then I question life. Bruh, Sekou earned a starting job. Yeah, man. Bruh. Yeah, man, Detroit Drew, he had to go do something, man. So shout out to him and Sekou got next for joining us, man. We definitely appreciate them, man. Shout out to you, Mario, man. Thanks for the support, brother. Let's see.
Oh man, that's funny. Whew. Cavs announcers frying thon maker.
I need to. Yeah, hey, can you send me? I want to see what he said.
Yeah, I'll send it in the group. You'll laugh.
They better call them thin hands or no hands or something like that. All right,
it's pretty harsh. It's pretty damn harsh. I was like, damn.
Oh, wow. All right, I'm gonna throw. Look, we gonna do a few more questions, y'all, and then we got to get out of here. We've been on forever. We all tired and exhausted. So, what do you think about Saban's potential? Because personally, he has the most potential out of all of the rookies. I disagree, but I'll tell you this, man. One of the most people I respect his basketball knowledge. He said the same thing to me. I disagree with him wholeheartedly, and I disagree with you, but you ain't the only person that feel that way. So I'll let you know, maybe you on to something that we don't see. But what you think, Mr. Talk?
I think behind Killian, he's probably maybe behind Killian and Saban Lee, or Killian and Sadiq Bey.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, man, that could be a steal. Like, honestly, he played for Vanderbilt with Jerry Stackhouse, as you guys know, former Piston. He looks really comfortable out there as like a, just like a third string point guard, but man, Troy Weaver might have found a gem in Saban Lee for me. I just love the way he passes, love the way he just like gets into the lane. You could definitely see him probably as a backup point guard next year if he continues to develop at the, the rate he's going at. He looks really comfortable out there. Doesn't look like a rookie at all.
Well, and to me, that's because he spent 3 years in college.
Yeah, man, he looks good.
Look how quick Josh Hart adapted. Josh Hart first year, he was Josh Hart. He the same Josh Hart he is now that he was back then. And I'm not saying he ain't improved, but that's a credit to him.
Yeah.
Like he came to the league, Josh Hart. So he spent 4 years at Villanova. I watched him all those years at Villanova just because I watched college basketball. They were good. I would see Villanova games. So with Sadiq Bey, he'll have to develop a little bit more. But these players that spend 3 years, like Saban Lee, looks extremely poised. He looks extremely calm. We just got to see him scoring a bit more. And we got to see if he can stretch the floor, because if he can do those things, then it's going to be very, very interesting. Miami has always had been better at scouting. We don't have KD as a starting tool. I disagree. Sekou for damn sure and Kevin Durant. I will never disrespect Kevin Durant, but Troy Weaver started off with Sekou. Okay, that's much better than not much better than Durant, but that's close. It's close. See if I find any more questions, and we're going to get up out of here, y'all. Let me see.
Can you answer his Amish question?
No.
Like I told him, man, I don't know nothing about the Amish, man. so I can't have thoughts on the community I don't know nothing about. So we're our NBA live guy because I was dissing 2K. No, I don't. I'm an NBA street guy. I mean, I did play 2K back in the day, but I just never purchased the game myself. He's going to shot create. He's 19. How long does the line right last in the starting lineup? A month. A month.
You're not gonna like my answer.
Oh man, I know what you're about to say. Go ahead and say it.
I say half the season. I know how Casey is. He's really.
Oh man, that's just like. Oh.
He's stubborn, man. He is stubborn.
Like,
you guys remember when Christian Wood was just outperforming Thon Maker? And people were just like, why is he riding on the bench? What do you do? It took him like a good 2-3 months for him to wake up. It's just like, dude, what are you doing?
Man, Michael Zarnaski, you dropped a question. I don't see your question. You asked me to answer your question. I don't see it. But I hope not, man. I'm praying a month. I'm praying not at all, but I could see a month, but he on there half the season. He might as well do it the whole season for sure. Like it ain't no point in switching up.
Until Casey's fired, yeah. I agree with them there.
What do you guys think of Plumlee's passing ability? I've asked this question since Plumlee was signed. No, we've all talked about his passing ability, haven't we?
I think that's a really underrated aspect of his game. A lot of people don't really give him credit for his
That's
passing.
his best ability. What you mean?
I think spending time with Jokic, he picked up some things for sure. I mean, you kind of see some Jokic dimes out there. I'm not calling him Jokic by any means. I'm not like saying he's Jokic, but his passing and his screen setting is probably like two of his strong suits, in my opinion.
No, man. No, Plumlee can pass.
Oh, here we go.
David Lee already know Casey's system. Maybe he does.
There's Michael's question if you want to answer it.
Hey, Steve-O, I saw your comment. You funny, man. How do I feel about Isaiah Stewart being projected to be the second most impactful rookie this year behind Okoro? That's the best news I've heard all day. You want to know why? Because our centers are garbage. They're hot garbage. And let me tell you something. If we needed any rookie to do that, and I said need, keyword, need, it would have to be him because that's the position we're weakest at.
Yeah.
Like, no matter how bad Killian Hayes plays, we got Derrick Rose. Right. Sekou don't, you got Jeremy Grant, Speed, you still got Josh Jackson, you still got Wayne Ellington. Like, so at every other position, you have veterans that you can rely upon in case the young guys not producing. But at center, the vets not producing. It ain't. I mean, they ain't gonna be able to do nothing. So it's what we need. What do you think about this, Bravo?
What do I think about
what? Well, somebody. I don't know who it was, but Isaiah Stewart was projected to be the second most impactful rookie this year behind Isaac Okoro. What are your thoughts about that?
I don't think so, but I would love to see it, really. I mean, I'm not opposing against it. I would love actually to see him getting the chance. But the problem is we signed $25 million Plumlee for a reason. We're going to give him the money. You can't just put him on the bench. And I would love really to have Stewart in there again. But it is what it is. You're not going to sign players and put them on the bench for a reason. It's not going to happen like that.
I think, like, Pistons fans would rather Stewart go out there and, like, get cooked all year than watch Mason Plumlee be trash. Like, for real.
Yeah.
Honestly, like, he could go out there and have a bad season. I'm being honest. And I think we would rather watch that than Plumlee. But what's your thoughts, Pistons Talk?
One more. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I want to add one more thing. You guys remember what we did with Casey did last year? Tony Snell, Langston Galloway. Why we played them? Because they're getting the cash. They're getting the money. Some players are getting played because of the fact they're taking more salary. That's part of it.
Okay.
All right. So I think Okoro is going to get a lot of opportunities because Cleveland doesn't really have a small forward. I don't know if you want to throw Seti Osman in there for 72 games. I'd rather have Okoro for his defense. As for Stewart.
Hey, man. Hey, put some respect on your Seti name. Seti is a baller.
I can't, man.
I've always like Seti Osman can play basketball. Like
one minute he'll have one game he'll have 20 points. Next minute he has 2. It's like I
mean that's because Seti, man. They don't, man. Trust me. If Seti play for Greg Pop, trust me, Seti's a baller, man. Like he can play, dog. Bro, I like him for a reason, dog. Seti can play.
As for Stewart, I mean, I don't really know what the rotations are going to be for centers. Obviously, I think it's going to be Plumlee, Okafor, then Stewart. But, I mean, Stewart to me just reminds me of Kenneth Faried. Just the way he's out there, like hustling, energy, trying to grab those rebounds. Like impactful, he would have to start or someone would have to get traded for him to be impactful because I don't think he's ahead of Plumlee or Okafor in the rotation.
Man, Isaac Okoro, he gonna be the surprise of the draft. I think. I wasn't, that I didn't know how much good of a scorer he could be because that's just something that we just really didn't know. But he showed something in that first game, so we can see if he can be consistent in that. But I don't see any more questions, so I think we're about to wrap it up. I'm gonna scroll through. What city jerseys are my favorites? I have to think about that, man. Because half of them city just jerseys I don't like. So
I like Phoenixes. They're cold.
Hey, no, I love those, and I still can't find this jersey, and I'm mad. I love those New Orleans Mardi Gras jerseys. Oh, I want one so bad. I need it, and I just can't. I've been trying to find it. I can't find it, man.
Show me which one it is. I'm not gonna have my jersey guy see if he can get it.
Please, yeah. No, oh, you don't remember the New Orleans Mardi Gras jerseys they was wearing last year? Oh man, see, I'm a look. Let me see. Yeah, man, them jerseys were great in my opinion, dog. Man, yeah, I'm gonna show you, man.
I don't watch a lot of Pels games, so I probably didn't see it.
Yeah, no, I like those. All right, man, we gonna wrap it up. Shout out to everybody, man. All right, Bravo, man. What's your final thoughts?
Good show. It was good talking to you guys. Wednesday, busy day here for me, but actually bloody busy in here in the hospital. But don't want to talk too much about it. Hopefully we'll go tomorrow and win for the Pistons. I'm off tomorrow. That's lucky for me because I'm gonna watch the game, enjoying that. Hopefully we'll get a win against the Washington Wizards because I want to see this team winning.
Oh, here they go. I'm about to say, why can I not find this jersey? All right, man. Pistons talk. What's your final thoughts, bro?
A good show. Can't wait to see Westbrook against.
Hey, man.
Westbrook, that's a good one. Westbrook against Killian tomorrow, man. I'm so damn tired. That was a really fun show. Can't wait. Thank you guys for watching the show. If you haven't liked the video already, be sure to like the video. I think we're at 86 likes. So let's keep it going, you guys.
Oh, somebody said it's Zion. And no, Zion is the Hulk of the NBA. Zion Williamson going to be special. And after seeing him play a few days ago, I'm glad I got him on my fantasy team because he about to be racking up the numbers. Just stay healthy, bro. Don't do me like that. All right. Shout out to everybody in the chat. It was a great show. It was a funny show. Y'all know, look, I'm telling you, whenever the show is over like 2 hours long, that's how y'all know it was a good show because that mean it was very interactive and we were talking. I mean, I only had 8 topics. I didn't think that was going to be a lot for today. And we spent 30 minutes on that. I think it was the Killian Hayes topic. The Killian Hayes.
I love it.
or second or third best player, man. Yeah, so shout out to all of you guys. Westbrook. Now, y'all better chill. Oh, my God. Shout out to all of you guys in the chat, man. Make sure you guys like the video. But all I gotta say, as always, man, it's Free Smoke Wednesday, and no Killian Hayes slander will be tolerated. No Sekou and Naboya slander will be tolerated. And it's still 9:35 on Wednesday, so no Russell Westbrook slander will be tolerated until 12 a.m. Do you understand me? Till it's 12:01, I'm not tolerating it. But hey, once it's 12:01, bring it on. Say whatever you want. I ain't gonna care. But also, man, no Blake Griffin slander will be tolerated, man, because some Blake Griffin slander, he got slandered a little bit today, so I had to say that. And no Lonzo Ball slander will be tolerated. You already know what it is, and no LaMelo Ball slander either, because they hating on my bro Melo for no reason. And we out, man. Above the rim with the DSA, y'all. Shout out to everybody.